evening, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. North American stock futures, little change to slightly into negative territory so far this morning as we look to bounce back after Monday's choppy session. We have positive vaccine news once again coming from both Moderna and Pfizer. This all as the UK begins their vaccination program. First country in the globe to begin vaccinating their citizens starting today. And also, we're still awaiting any kind of news from Washington as far as stimulus is concerned. Still fading hope as far as getting a deal done before the January inauguration. Tesla shares back on watch this morning. Was negative, but trying to get back to positive territory after announcing another share offering, $5 billion share offering. We have Stitch Fix on watch this morning. Big move after market yesterday following earnings for them. Much better than expected earnings for Stitch Fix. And Chinese EV makers back on watch this morning. Li Auto, XPeng, even NIO, all back to the upside. We had XPeng sharply lower on Monday after an offering of its own. It's Tuesday, December 8th, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. There we go. Look at Asian markets from the overnight session. You can see Australia nicely higher, 0.3%. Everything else pretty mixed to cap off the Monday session there. At the bottom, Korea leading the way to the downside, 1.6%. Let's go over to Europe, see how things are shaping up so far. Yeah, red numbers top to bottom here. Turkey, the only market in positive territory. We'll shift over to North America, see more red numbers. We are trying to get back to the upside here, but still about 0.3% top to bottom. Bitcoin, 1%. In negative territory. We have crude oil 0.5% to the downside, and gold trying to get back into positive territory as well. Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday morning. An exciting day to come. Lots to look at so far this morning as far as individual names moving around. We have a number of small caps moving in the pre-market. Those Chinese EV makers showing a little bit of strength once again. And of course, we're going to talk about a couple of IPOs coming up both tomorrow and Thursday. The pricing for DoorDash tonight, and then Airbnb coming up tomorrow.
Yep. Yes, sir. I mean, everyone's highly anticipated and excited, certainly, for those IPOs. But we do have a day of trade ahead of us, so you don't want to look forward to tomorrow's trade. You can plan all that jazz, but we have to look at today. And I think, as you mentioned there, Brandon, it's going to be some of the EV space. Stitch Fix. I mean, wowzers. What a move to the upside. And it wasn't quite, but it's sort of close enough here. Tesla on that high that it got to recently, it was like just shy of 666, so a bit of an ominous number there. And of course, turning around on that share offering. But it caught a bounce this morning. If you just saw it at 630, but it had made a bit of a better bounce than that a little bit earlier on. I'm excited for this day. Still going to be looking at a little bit of Kodak. I'm not sure that's going to be entirely done, so that name could be in play for me. Sean, I wanted to give you a personal thank you for trading me Josh Allen. I'm a huge Bills fan. The Bills won. Nothing can go wrong today as long as the Bills win their games. But unfortunately, when you take a beast like that away, like Josh Allen is like the Palantir of quarterbacks. There you go.
Yes, I do like Josh Allen a lot. I was trying to find a good picture here, but someone said that we were the three amigos. So, I mean, I don't know, like, or Three Musketeers, but it reminded me think about the Three Amigos here was Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, Chevy Chase. What was the last guy? Martin Short. Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, Martin Short. So I was wondering who we are here, but a great movie if no one's seen Three Amigos more than the Three Musketeers. I Googled Three Musketeers. I don't know that movie other than the old school, but there's some new one apparently. But the Three Amigos, I think we'll take that. And yes, so I traded for Clyde Edwards-Helaire in a first for Josh Allen, and Helaire never even played, and I lost by 6 points. So it's a sad, sad day in the Katina household, but that's okay. We'll be playing now for #1 overall pick, and we'll see. I just hope Trevor Lawrence doesn't get drafted by the Jets, which it looks like he will, because I don't know how much future is going to be in that franchise. But we'll keep it going now. We'll talk stocks here today. Look, tomorrow's going to be huge, man. DoorDash is coming. And then Thursday's IPO is going to be Airbnb. You got to get your money into these IPOs, I feel like, especially Airbnb. You mentioned Palantir there. We've seen how crazy that stock's been. And even today, man, man, Palantir, look, on the imbalance locator, 800,000 shares. If you come to my screen, guys, you can see that 800,000 shares right now. There it is. Well, 770 is going to get up there. And we're cracking $31 again. I said to Greg yesterday that I was looking at 32 call options Friday. Didn't pull the trigger. They were like 80 cents. They're probably like $2 now. Missed opportunity, but we'll be trading Palantir today for sure, Brendan.
Yeah, the that BFT on that list again this morning as well. That's that UK-based payment processing firm. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, going public, backed by Blackstone. So that's a big deal. It's $9 billion. On that deal. So a couple of things to get through here this morning. Welcome, guys. If you're joining us for the first time, hit the like and subscribe to this channel. Let's jump into the top 10 traders from Day Trade the World yesterday. First, before we get too far ahead of ourselves here, NASDAQ and New York producing 43,000 and number one yesterday. Got to go down to number 3 before we get into some European markets. Canada popping up here as well. 11,000 from the TSX. You can see all the way down to number 8 before you get away from 5 fingers there. 5 fingers? 5 figures, I meant. OTC, Sean, producing 4,000 yesterday in number 8. Dublin, Switzerland, Turkey down there in number 9. So, yeah, another great day for traders here at Day Trade the World. Here's what's coming up a little bit later in the show, guys. We have a brand new educational, a little bit timely educational video coming your way. Yeah, 3 reasons why you should be looking at and trading the Airbnb IPO when it comes on Thursday. Again, DoorDash pricing aftermarket tonight. We have Airbnb pricing aftermarket tomorrow. So we'll get DoorDash first tomorrow to trade, and then Airbnb coming up on Thursday. Let's get over to the desk to start things off and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning, Brendan, and hello, traders. Sign up to our daily free watch list at the link I'm sending on the chat. And keep in mind that you can always find it on our Twitter page at tradertv.live. Destroy the like button, and let's get it started, Brendan.
Going to be an interesting day, guys. Yeah, that video is really great. Our thoughts on how to go about looking at the Airbnb if it's your first time trading an IPO. I know a lot of people joining us for the first time are very new as far as trading is concerned. A lot of great ideas in that video when it comes to trading IPOs. I want to start off with a little news story here this morning, guys. We can jump into, yeah, there we go. Yeah, SiriusXM finally getting that deal done with Howard Stern. So a brand new 5-year deal signed there with Howard Stern. It's interesting, though. It's kind of combing over these headlines as they were coming in. The financials not disclosed yet. I'm sure they will come out at some point. But the last one he signed in 2006 was worth $500 million. So apparently they're going to own as well the content from his show for an additional 7 years. So that was kind of the caveat. So Siri, guys, a little bit active in the pre-market here this morning. Not a name we look at often, but an interesting story here.
It's weird because Siri is always on our market wisdom page. Whenever we're talking about a level 2, we want to show the different gateways. We'll pull up Siri because it doesn't move a heck of a lot. But this morning on relatively light volume, when this got finalized, there was a spike up, literally giving everything back. This is not necessarily a big surprise. Of course, negotiation was expected to get completed. We'll see what the financial terms are. I'm not sure it's going to matter too much. I would say that it has been sort of grinding towards a break of the, pre-COVID tops here, and that's the 675. So there is at least a shot that if Siri gets above that, there's going to be an actionable trade. I don't love the fact that you get that spike up and it doesn't even hold above that 675 level. So, I feel like there might be an actionable trade in Siri in the next couple of days. I don't know that I'd be a super heavy better on it. Obviously, you guys know there's a certain other service which has been doing rather well. Spotify just went exclusive with Joe Rogan. I think that's an interesting comparison there. So, of course, Siri had to go re-up with their main man as well, Sean.
Yeah, I was just looking at this Peloton. Yeah, so Siri's a good one, but you know what? So Peloton here with Apple, we'll talk about that in a second. Just to have a quick look here. Yeah, this is still the Tesla chart. Neil, you said this doesn't freeze anymore, but I can't even get it to switch. Okay, so
I jinxed it, man.
We still have Tesla chart up. We'll close it and figure this out. But Siri, a nice little move up to 7 and then back to 658. Not much happening there. Peloton right now. Do you have that story there, Brendan?
Not yet, but I will pull it up
Apple.
here.
Yeah, it's Apple right now looking to launch their fitness. I don't know what it is. I guess future of fitness coming next week. So Peloton right here, 118 down to 113. Like I said, I don't know, Neil, do you have the daily chart up?
Same issue. I got a 15 that looks, I mean, this will show you perspective on the 15 here because it just came off of what was multi-days, like 117, 118 resistance. I mean, this 110 could get interesting if it gets down there. But as far as competitors go, Apple is very, very well poised to kick some serious derriere in that space. I mean, it's always tricky when you're going to be in any kind of fitness fad space. And I'm not saying it's a fad necessarily, but now, there isn't a lot of barrier to entry when it comes to what Peloton does outside of the fact that they were first movers. So you are seeing a sharp sell-off. It actually just bounced back a couple of dollars here off of 112. But I think this could be an interesting fade if it gets all the way back to like a 116 area. The story was that it's released next week, right? So we actually could see some action as well when that happens.
I can show you guys the headline here. It's exactly that, just the launch date here for Apple Fitness Plus coming December 14th. So that's about it. Australia, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, UK, and the US all going to get Apple Fitness Plus starting on the December 14th. Saw this one as well here real quick. Apple launches AirPods Max, price at $549 as well. So a couple of stories there from Apple.
AirPods for $549?
AirPods Max, Sean, whatever.
Aren't those what you put in your ear? Aren't this what you sort of put in your ear for $549?
Yes.
Well, I'm glad
that is exactly what it is. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad I'm a shareholder of Apple, and $549. Okay. I need to make more money.
Clearly. So yeah, a couple stories there for Apple, but Peloton getting a little bit of a push to the downside on that news. Let's get into, guys, three things we need to know before we get to the open coming up this morning. The first one we're going to talk about: federal judge shutting down the TikTok ban. This came out late in the day yesterday, I believe, or there was rumors kind of floating around. Why is this important for us today, guys?
I think it's I'm not saying it's the last nail in the coffin or anything, but certainly, it wasn't being enforced anyways, the ban, because they were waiting for this, this motion to come through. Obviously, there hasn't been much talk when it comes to, you look at a Walmart, because, they were going to be a part of a potential deal. What I would say to this is lack of interest at this point. If the ban doesn't go through, I don't know that this deal is going to happen. It doesn't necessarily make too much sense when it comes to this transaction. So Walmart is actually starting to come down towards this 50 period for a bit of a bounce. And we're flat right now. I don't know if this was going to give us some juice to get Walmart to sell off a little bit more, to maybe give you like a 145, 146. That could have been interesting on a swing. I'd at least look for the opportunity for that. I mean, the markets have been relatively flat, so it's not impossible you get a move like that. On the side of Oracle, however, Oracle actually has moved a little bit here. And, the last I checked, and of course, I'll have to pull up manually. I did have Oracle on my chart, but we'll just go this way. Oracle actually is down almost a full percent. It's looking like it's sort of rounding off of the 60 area. So I would think maybe there might be a short-term short on Oracle at least. But Walmart probably looking to get a dip buy. I don't know that this news will give it to us, but you can probably stick a fork in that deal.
Wait a second, Valeria, Palantir made me a little rich. What color roses do you like? Hey, man, what about sending us some coffee beans or something like that for Palantir call? But very nice and very kind of you. I think it was, I don't know if you saw that on there, Valeria. You can, Palash, there it is. What color roses do you like? I think she probably likes red. Yeah, she's okay with red. Yeah, you can send a bouquet of red here, but I don't know if we should give our address. Okay, I found them. Here we go. These are the AirPod Max here, priced at $549 with noise cancellation. So they're not the little guys, but still $549. I guess Bose has a couple different options as well. Maybe valuable. Obviously, they're probably going to be amazing, but so they're not the earbuds. So thank you to everybody for clarifying that. But that is that. I do have the Peloton chart up here. Look, this was an interesting move for me. That's why I wanted to call it up. I've been sort of pounding the table a little bit with Peloton here. I didn't pick any up. I wish we would have got some down in this area on a couple drops on some of that first news when they reported and then Apple came out. I believe it was around these dates here in September when Apple came out and actually announced that the launch of this program was coming. And I believe that was earnings play there. And then now we're back down just trying to cover this up. I actually like Peloton. I think it's very similar to Apple, to be honest with you, where they both have first mover advantage. They're both in a highly engaged sector as tech is. So I actually, I like Peloton here actually breaking through this 118. I think if we get a 118 buy on Peloton, we should be aggressive and do that. That's right where we were today. So let's just see what this news means. But I'm now, and I just tweeted it out actually as well, I'm now on Peloton and going to be watching this for the rest of the day. I think that we'll kind of find a trade here somewhere. I just like to see how it works. I don't really see anything on a 3-minute chart, but I'm looking at that 118 for a longer term play back up to all-time highs of about 140.
All right, guys, let's get into vaccine world. Number of them moving around so far this morning. We'll talk about individual stocks coming up a little bit later, but on a grander scale. Starting over in the UK, as of today, you can receive high risk, obviously people going to get the vaccine first, but they have begun their vaccination program over in the UK. So I think it's a big deal, obviously on a grand scale, as we start to hopefully get to the backside of this giant mountain that everyone's been dealing with over the past year. But good positive momentum here, I think, to start the day off on this news.
The backside of the mountain we're trying to get over. I love that analogy. Well done, Brennan. Look, I think obviously it's going to be good news. There is a mixed aspect to this because just sort of coming out, Pfizer advising the U.S. government that additional doses probably won't be in heavy supply until the summer. I think it's like mid to late June or something along those lines. So there's still some supply concerns, and of course Pfizer, you have to deal with the delivery and this rollout logistically all around the world. I think, of course, is going to be a big story. But it's worth keeping in mind. You see Pfizer up only 0.6% here, on the daily, trying to grind maybe a little bit higher, not much off of that news. But Moderna, on the other hand, and remember, there's more than one vaccine out here. And so anytime you get some, I guess, a little bit of negative news from one, it might be a positive headwind for the other. We saw that with the storage temperature as a negative for Pfizer. And now maybe if there's some limitation in terms of doses with additional supply, maybe that's going to be a good headwind for Moderna, which I do see is already up a little bit today. And we're going to be talking about that because they've cut some deals as well. So Pfizer gets interesting if we retest this 42 top, or maybe even take out that 42.50. This news probably isn't going to move it, but overall, it's a pretty solid look for the recovery play here.
I don't know why I wrote down 167.50 here. Oh, yeah.
166.
Oh, it goes all the way back. Yeah, okay. So it goes back to the 30th here. 167.30 is sort of where it's right down here. So this is for Moderna, so mRNA here. I was looking at this bottom back on the 30th. Where we broke. So this was 167.50. This is when we were sort of flying high that one day with Moderna. It's probably that Monday that we came in and it was just super up there based on, I guess, the 95% efficacy there for them. And it was huge. And then this was the level I was looking for, this 167.30. So now that we fast forward now, we're back. We didn't even come close to touching that the other day, 160. And then this morning, it looks like we're getting back to that 167.50 area. So for me, Moderna is going to be a buy through 167.50. Shakib, I keep seeing you talking, and I know you just want me to say your name, and it worked. I did it. I'm not looking that fresh because of all of the water, believe me, that I've been drinking. But you are reminding me to go get my water. So with that being said, I did forget it again. I'm going to throw it back to the man, the myth himself, and I'm going to go grab my water.
One more thing to get to before we get into the watch list this morning, guys. I want to talk about Uber real quick. Not a tremendously exciting move in the pre-market here for Uber, down a little bit, about 3%. This thing's been on a bit of a run over the past couple of weeks to the upside in negative territory. You can see the news came out after market yesterday that they were selling their Uber. What was the actual name of this again? It was the Flying
Uber. It's Uber Advanced Technologies Group. So this is like, yeah, and
the Flying Ubers. So they sold it to a company called Aurora. Funny enough, to over in the UEA. My apologies, but yeah. So Uber getting rid of the Flying Ubers business. There was a lot of hype on this when it first came out, and they were talking about getting it going. They wanted to be the first out of the gate when it came to anything on the flying side of technology. But I guess that dream ended very quickly here.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, they're still going to have a partnership with Aurora when it comes to the autonomous autonomous driving is going to be here, so the technology is going to be relevant, and they're still going to have some kind of relationship with them. There was a raise on that ATG group last year that valued it at like 7 and change or something like that. So selling it for $4 billion, obviously, decreasing the valuation. It was a big cash burn for Uber. So they're trying to get to positivity, and I think this probably is going to help them do that. Of course, getting $4 billion in cash and then decreasing your burn. Now that said, this was expected. I think it's been in talks for a while, so you're seeing a bit of a sell the news action. But Uber's been on a run anyway, so maybe it's going to dip into the 50. It's tough to say whether. I felt like this should have been a little bit more baked in than that to see it come all the way down to 50. But maybe you get that opportunity. It's not a huge mover today. Like I said, this seems like a more of a sell the news event. But certainly, looking forward to the next couple of quarters for Uber, it might help them get towards that profitability target. And of course, they've been trying to get there for 2021 end of year. It's been a target for a while. Lyft, on the other hand, was a mover yesterday, and we'll certainly see if this space is going to have some juice to it today.
Yeah, let's go over to look, Uber's been riding high here. I think we caught close to that all-time high level there of 55, 56. Now, again, okay, come on, charts, let's get going here. I like this 52. We broke through here 52 a couple days ago and then ripped to 55. That's that high we're talking about. And then we had a bottom here of 52, and it's pushing 52 right now. So I like Uber through 52. Let's just have a look. Did you already check the imbalance locator on Uber? I don't see it at all here. We'll have to go alphabetical, U, B, E, R. I don't even see, that's X. What am I doing? W. We'll have to find Uber. Oh man, it's a very, very early morning.
Because you're not hydrated,
right,
Sean.
There it is. Okay, it's because I'm not hydrated. Yeah, I have it here now though. Okay, yeah, W and U, they don't even look the same a little bit, I guess. There's Uber there, guys, 4.42, so it's absolutely nothing. It's already pairing itself off, so we're going to have to watch the market today, but I do like Uber bouncing off that 52 level. If you're going to defend something, let's wait to see what happens at 52. And then you got a bunch here to 50. This news isn't enough to drive this stock down 10%, guys.
All right, guys, let's get into the watch list this morning. If you are new to the show or joining us for the first time, we'll have a look at the Morning Movers watch list. We send this out every single morning before we come on at 8:30. So you get all the stocks that are moving around in the pre-market and a little write-up on why, and even a nice little educational video to go along with it there at the bottom. So if you haven't done so yet, guys, sign up for the watch list. Absolutely free to you. Valeria will help you out in the chat if you are looking for how to do that. We seem to have the most success in delivering to Gmail accounts. So try and make it with a Gmail account if you can. Let's jump into what is moving around in the pre-market this morning. We'll talk about Tesla first. $5 billion offering coming for Tesla. They announced it aftermarket yesterday. The second in 3 months, guys, of this size for Tesla.
Yeah, I'm just going to make sure that my thing is set up properly.
Yeah, well, just jumping at Tesla, I joked, and it's not really a joke, I suppose, but 665, 666, whatever you want to call it, in the pre-market here. Now, we sold off, of course. You're going to announce an offering. You're going to get, you're going to dilute. You're going to get a bit of a push to the downside, which, quite frankly, Tesla might have been due for after such a rhetoric. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a really good word for that long yesterday, Sean, but it's escaped me. I'll come up with something a little bit better later on. A fantastic, great, spectacular move to the upside. But I do feel like if we start to get back into this range, and this is sort of like that, the lunchtime lull, whatever you want to call it, about 11 o'clock, was right around the 6-quarter mark. And the fact that we're bouncing off of that when this was announced this morning, and then sort of fading right back into it. This is a level that I'm going to like here today on Tesla. I would never stand in front of it against the news and going along in front of a 625 going into the open. But that's the type of level where if you get a break, and then maybe test at like the 620 or so at 9:30, and then starts to come back up. You take a 625 breakout on the way back up, as long as you've made a reasonable low. That's one way to play it, of course. Now, the short side, I'll probably stay away from it. I think there's going to be an opportunity if we show enough weakness. Maybe there'll be a bit of a 615, 16 area. But my first look is, break this 25 to the downside. If we can hold reasonably lower, catch it on the way back up. But I wouldn't want to be trading this in the pre-market off of this level, just given how much it's been willing to sell off and how big the run was up yesterday. You're still talking about, a 10% move basically in a day. and an offering. So I wouldn't necessarily go long at 855, guys, and 625 is right here.
Yeah, yesterday we had that long down here at 600. It was an easy one because we were using, 593-ish down here as a level, and we were able to take it out and then bang our heads on the table as it went another $40. We got it out in this area yesterday off of that, so 617. Look, I mean, this is exactly what we look for when we're trading, guys. And it's just right here. Like, I can't even zoom in on these charts anymore. This still says Uber up here. Like, what is going on? TSLA, but this is a Tesla chart. What we're trying to do here, there we go, now I can zoom in, was this area right here that we had some consolidation yesterday. So if we go 630, we just had a new software release. So I'm just working through some of these. 625, 624.50 bottom that Neil's already talked about. And this high right here, 630. Yeah, you know what? This is where we're trading right now. I'd like to see it break to the downside, and then, like Neil was mentioning, bust it back up top if the market wants to go. I almost get the feeling that, I mean, NASDAQ was all-time highs yesterday. Every single time there's an all-time high, you do get a little bit of a pullback. So a quarter of a point does not seem, quarter percentage does not seem like it's much of a pullback. So I do think Tesla could fall. I don't want to say we could retest 600 because to me that seems like too big of a fall, back down $30 on a $600 name. So is this going to drop 5% back down here to 605? If it does, this is a load up the boat kind of territory. But right now we are breaking. So there we go. We did break that 625 on Tesla, guys. So I don't know if we're going to be unplugged or not, but the EV space today, Tesla down 2.6%. I was talking with Randy literally yesterday at 3 o'clock when this was happening, saying Tesla's at 650, man, pair some off. So I hope he did do that. And I think that that's always a good thing. You can hold your winners forever, but at some point it becomes a profit-taking situation. And I just think the way Tesla's been moving here, that this is probably one of those spots. I'm going long through 630, so let's see what happens. I'd just rather do that once the market opens.
All right, guys, let's get into Stitch Fix here before we get to Arun and have a look at the overall market. Blowout quarter for Stitch Fix, SFIX, big move after market yesterday. Additional move to the upside this morning, 30+% after this earnings report. The EPS number, the revenue, even the forecast, all better than expected. They also named former Amazon exec Dan Jeddah as their new CFO. So nice look for Stitch Fix here this morning.
Bet on people's laziness. It's a horrible thing to say, but I mean, it's kind of true. You could sort of look at me, I don't know, but you can sort of put Peloton in that kind of a light as well. But the only thing with Stitch Fix here is when you get a 37% gap up on the only thing that did earnings, and we're only doing 400,000 in volume, just keep in mind, this is not necessarily the highest volume stock. We most likely aren't usually looking at it, day trading outside of post earnings. All that being said, there's no ignoring this move. So there you go, there's the daily chart. It's massive breakout already, was sort of ongoing, and whether or not it made this gap to the upside. So I'd be looking at like any kind of retracement at a 45 is probably where I would look for a gap fill to try to hold. All that said, I'm not taking a breakdown trade. I did have this set up, and I was going to tell you guys I was going to try to fill in the gap by going short at a 47 level, and then we made a secondary push up to like 51. So that was a little bit steep. If I do try something to the short side on the stock, it's likely off of the 50, and then if it makes an all-time high today, I'm not going to be afraid to sort of just jump into this one. Because of that volume, you do have to watch out for the spread. I know it's only a $50 stock, but I've been seeing spreads of 30, 40 pennies on this, and I think the same thing could happen at 9:30. But Stitch Fix, I was going to go 47 shorts, but after that last ramp, I'm looking to play off of that 50 level, hopefully off the open for a rollover. And then the long I will take would be a breakout to an all-time high.
Okay, look, I like, I really feel like Stitch Fix is almost like that Tupperware trade and like various other trades that we've had already. I'm only showing here on shortsqueeze.com a short percentage flow, doesn't even say here, 8 days, I guess.
No, that's not right.
To cover. So we'll wait to hear from the Icon terminal when Brendan, I'll give it to Brendan in a second, but if the short percentage is like north of 20 or something, I do think that this thing could go. This 50, 80 obviously is a top there, but I'm not too concerned about that. $50 is a very, very key level on this name. If we go back to a daily daily chart here, it doesn't get much crazier than this move. $20 back in August, guys, up to 50. So you can already see that this momentum is back in this name. I think this is an all-time high. I mean, we just IPO'd a couple of years ago, probably never been near here. So look, $50 is pretty important level. And if the shorts are in this name, then they're going to get squeezed, because look at this level here. No one really expecting this kind of a break. When you wake up this morning and you always say, you know what, I'm short this name, I'm going to get out if we break above 38 or 40 or 42. Well, today you don't have that opportunity. So you're way out of the money right now. So I like Stitch Fix a hell of a lot through 50. It's just that right now we're only at 400,000 shares, which is super disappointing. I thought that there would have been a bit more on this kind of a move. So we'll wait to hear from Brendan, hopefully in a couple of seconds, about what that short is. But I'm going to go for the long.
It's 20.
Yeah, it is 20. Okay, so perfect. And then watch this spot right here, 47. So again, you're going to have to put on a little bit of a longer term hat here, and or give yourselves a little bit more room to go, because if you take a 50 long, you could retrace almost instantly back to this level here, 47.50. So again, share size appropriately. I will be in this on a 50 break 100%, especially if we do get that short interest, like we just said there, 20x% there. Oh, it's in our chat now. Thanks, Brendan, 20.1%. So I like this as a break to the upside through 50, guys.
Just checking on the float here. Yeah, free float is 58 million. Outstanding's 104 million, but yeah, 20% of that number is a lot. So
just to jump in, that volume number sort of comes into play. So you think about it, there hasn't been much covering, very obviously, if you have that little volume. Had we been sort of grinding back to the downside on larger volume, I certainly probably would have been still, looking at that 47 short, but there hasn't been any covering, clearly, based on the volume in this pre-market.
Yeah, we'll have a look at Stitch Fix a little bit later on as we get closer to the open. Let's bring in Arun here. We'll have a look at the overall market, see what levels we need to be aware of as far as the futures are concerned this morning. We are negative once again this morning here, Arun. What are you looking at?
There's one level. I've been carrying it since Friday, pretty much, 37.05. Well, not Friday, actually. It's overnight session of the 6th. 37.05, that's all I've got, right? Yesterday, we were looking to short between 85 and 95. That kind of just came down in the afternoon a little bit. And here we are again, a little bit more drift to the downside. If we can get into the 80, 85 area, I am looking for some shorts in that region. But for the moment being, it does look like it's kind of drifting up. So kind of leave that out. Momentum, I guess, at least for the overnight session for the last 2 hours or so seems to be to the upside. So I'm just going to wait for it to get into that 80, 85 area before I start looking for some shorts. Again, risk ratios come into play in a market like this, where I don't have any levels to the downside, but I do have one level I can work with on the upside at a region that is getting very congested, pretty much between 80 to 95, or you can even say to 80 to 3,700 is pretty congested at this point. So we're just going sideways. The ES market is going sideways. NASDAQ is moving around a little bit more, but for now, 37.05, look for some shorts above 37 at 36.80 going into the 90s. Not a whole lot to do. And when the market goes quiet like this, especially, it is December. Next week is the big rebalance on Friday. So expect some volatility next week. But on days like today, where technically we're just stuck in a range going sideways, you do have to wait for some sort of a breakout, or you do have to be prepared to kind of trade the range with a good or very good risk reward ratio with the levels that are given to you. And for me, it's just that one levels I can work with. So that's the one direction I'm looking at. Of course, we break down through 37.65, then you could get the potential expansion to the downside. At that point, there will be a new level that will be declared. Whatever that level becomes, that'll be dependent on when we do that breakout. But for now, given where we're at, 37.80 to 85 into the 90s with the short, and 36.80 to the 95s with the short, and then 37.05 on the top end. But that's all I've got for you, Brendan. And I know you've got upgrades and downgrades now.
Hey guys, yeah, we're going to switch this segment into the pre-market to give you a little more incentive as to why we should be looking at some stocks before the open. So upgrades and downgrades, if you've never seen this before, this is upgrades on this side, downgrades on that side this morning, some significant ones that are moving around at this point anyway. So Antero Resources, top of the board here, 6%. Equifax, there's Smile Direct, I'll show you that one in a second, and Unilever at the bottom. Producer Robbie's favorite stock, DADA Group, downgraded today, down 2%. Dover Jabal Communications, will show you that. And Vermilion Energy, a little energy stock, downgraded. Here's SDC, a nice gap to the upside. They're starting to fade this already. It was more than 4% when I looked at it initially, but back down towards 1120 for Smile Direct Club, an upgrade on that one today. And JBL, that Jabal, yeah, it's actually trading down here. So forget about this up here from yesterday. It's trading down here right now. This is $40, significant level if you go out to the daily chart for this one. $40 back below that at this point, but no volume, guys, for JBL. Back to you.
Brendan won't say data, and I don't know why. Come on now, Bren. Just noticing here, Kodak day 2 here. I thought maybe it wasn't going to be done when we started hold up. I made a move in the aftermarket, but it just squeezed again. That's not only like a 30-40 cent move, but breaking out of this 1280 level. I'm going to watch this 1350 on Kodak. Of course, yesterday, no wrongdoing, was an investigation release, guys. So it did fall off. We did have some good shorts on it. Obviously, it made a bit of a ramp up into the afternoon, so I am watching the 1350 area from the post market. If it fails through there, it might be worth another short. If this thing takes out yesterday's top 14 quarter, we would have liked it then for a squeeze. We'll probably try it again. Again, nothing fundamental about Kodak here. Just think it could be worth it through that 1425. But first things first, 1350, looking for rollover, short off of that level, tighter stop. I just got into TNXP. That broke 70 cents, which was support all afternoon and this morning. So going to be on that short train. 63 was a previous bottom there, so I think that's a good target.
And I see everybody here on the chat. They want to talk about space, Virgin Galactic. We will get to that in a second. Thanks for bringing up. We made the decision to go ahead and put the upgrades and downgrades earlier so we can see these things and get them to you and then possibly trade them ahead of our normal time. And I think it worked out well today because I actually like this Smile Direct Club here through 1150 on the upgrade. I know it was just Wolf Research, not a big deal, but I think this is like sort of an undercover COVID play. I mean, not really, because you still got to go to the dentist. Smile Direct is more for the alignment of the teeth, and apparently it works, but I don't know. They've gotten various approvals and whatnot. They sell them in the Walmart stores. I think lack of foot traffic does hurt this name, of course, because you need to get it in front of people's faces. But I do like Smile Direct as a cheap alternative. I can't wait until some insurances start, backing this company. I was in it earlier for a long-term play. Out now, when we based down here in March, it was an okay play. I mean, other stocks tripled and quadrupled, so they didn't do great. But you can see here, coming off of a nice 1260, 1275 top, back down to this 50-period moving average. We always talk about that, and that's right here at 1115. So I kind of like an 1150 break here. Not too much volume, but Smile Direct Club now also on my radar, Brendan.
All right, guys, lots to get through still. Let's jump into the EV world. Once again, we had negativity in this group yesterday following that offering from XPeng. XPeng back to the upside today, along with fellow group members there, Li Auto and also NIO back in positive territory. Tesla lagging, obviously, on the offering, but some of these Chinese makers showing some strength early, guys.
Yeah. I mean, NIO... Look, NIO yesterday was a monster trade. We had it a couple times. We wrote down 42.60 as a good spot yesterday. We missed it, but we did have, this is a daily chart of NIO. You can see we've already blown up to the upside there. This was a Citron report that caused this to tumble back down. Citron gave a price target of 25, puff pass on that one. But now you're coming up to 48 again, and I like all of these levels. So yesterday, this was the breaking spot early in the AM. We had that called out for you. I hope you guys took it. And then the other great call that we had was about here, 43.60, 43.50. I think it was around here, or maybe it was even 43. Break to the upside. But then look what it did in the afternoon. Nothing. It really did absolutely nothing in the afternoon. But what it did do was give us this little number right here, 45, 44.80, something like that. We bounced off there a bunch of times in the afternoon. So that's giving us confidence right now that that could be the bottom. And again, you have an out now. If you do take a couple thousand shares, something like that, in the 46 range, even a couple hundred, depending, trade your book, you do have an out of 45. So at least that gives you some sort of a stopgap there if you need it. We're bouncing off 46.50 right now. I see no reason why this stock can't just continue to climb even back up to all-time highs. I think we could be there by Jan 1 for sure. I don't see why we don't crack 50 even this week. 47, the momentum is in this name. That's a 47 level, and I like it. So let's wait to see. I know I have the imbalance up. Neil doesn't normally show it, but we have it right here. There it is right there. So BFT plus, maybe that's a warrant, but BFT is still leading the way. But there's NEO right here, 367. I don't know if you want to talk about XPEV or NEO, or Li Auto, sorry, Neil, but NEO looks to be juiced up here.
Yeah, I'm going to go with XPEV. I don't know. This has been the better stock. I think probably for all of us. I think on the show, and nothing against Li Auto, just as a trading vehicle. I know XPEV has the volume. I'm looking at sort of a couple levels here. One, it's very similar. It's going to look very similar to NEO in terms of the chart. You get that consolidation in the afternoon, with the top being like a 48.40, which was also a bottom from the previous day. That's also the pre-market low. So I think that's your support range down to about 80 cents or so. It's like a 47.60 area. So that's your support range on Li Auto. But there's this level here for a potential break, and it's not quite 51.10 here, previous day high, 50.95 pre-market high, but that's like the area you're looking for a potential a break to the upside. You're giving a bit of room here if you're doing a breakout trade and then giving it all the way to support. So you're probably thinking if you're making that trade, you got to do like a 55. If you're scalping, which is a lot of what I'll do for most of the shares here, probably going to try to take a bunch of it out in front of like a 52 area and then give it a tighter stop and then allow for a dip to happen if I want to pick some shares up lower off that support. So I am looking at that 51 break, just noticing that yesterday's top, 51.10, is not a horrible place to also consider your stop because sometimes you get that failed break when it's right in front of a previous resistance point. And of course, 51.10 stands out there on XPeng.
Sean, you got something on Li Auto?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Brendan. So I just called up a 20-minute chart here because, the NEO chart was great. But now that I find this, look, 34 dropped there back in November, 34 here, some 34 breaks there, 34 here again. 34 we stopped back down in early December. We garbaged it up here between 34 and 36. And then, so right now we could break 34. So I like Li Auto better than NEO now, 34 break. On a separate note, like I can't even feel my hands right now, and it is absolutely, for me anyways, cold air blowing. It's -4 here in Toronto, and I feel like we have a direct entrance somewhere, like there's a hole somewhere in here to outside, because right now it's shiver central over here. I hope you, Neil, and Brendan are warm, because Valerie and I are not.
I got a hoodie at my desk. I'm going to grab it probably in a little bit.
The air conditioning didn't get the memo that it's officially winter here in Toronto and is still apparently on. Let's talk about the one that was number 2 there, the stock that was number 2 on that imbalance locator. Palantir, guys, back in positive territory. What do you say about this stock? I mean, up again today, 5%. We talked about the FDA contract they were awarded yesterday, $44 million contract over 3 years for Palantir. So more positivity. What a move this thing had yesterday.
Yeah, there it is. We just hit the Superman on this one because we've been all over Palantir, man. And yesterday was a big stock for us again. We only went long yesterday. And when you're doing that and the chart looks like this, congratulations to everybody, because we even had this break in the afternoon, the 27 and change break, and we rode that to 29 and change. So that was just such a great trade. And even in here, I already told this at the beginning of the story of the show here, that we were looking at Palantir options, and I couldn't pull the trigger and should have. And I was looking at 32 weeklies. I don't even know what they're at today. They were 80 cents. If you guys could find that out. Well, I guess we'll find out the option pricing once 9:30 happens. But there's no stopping this train, I don't think. Palantir up, $31. We're going to look at that again. When it cracked that the last time, it just kept running up to $33. We basically went parabolic. I'm making myself drink here. We'll do that in a second. That's the magic word. But you have a 30 bottom, so watch out for that. Look, it's super overheated. I mean, we keep saying this, but it's a recent IPO. They've got contracts with the FDA. They got contracts with the military. They've got contracts with defense spending and protection of the borders as well. So look, man, I mean, FDA, military, borders, immigration, everybody's loving Palantir, and NASA as well. So look, $31. This is where we were last time, so we posted out to a 10-minute chart. We ripped all the way to $33.50. I just checked, my best out was $32.98 on my long there. So we are a triple right now on our money, and I'm looking for more from this name. We did have a bunched up area here at 30.50, so I think 30.50 is a good spot. I'm going to wait to get a 31 break. Not go super heavy, but go enough that we can get out, at the quarter here to make sure that we make our day on that. So take enough shares where 25 to 50 cents is decent, and then if you get the run to the moon, you could break all-time highs of this 33.50 today. Look, it's insane to call it because yesterday, like we were all the way down here yesterday, 24 or so, with that rip up to 30. So look, I can't really call a top on Palantir other than it's just looking really nice. And Neil, the imbalance locator just keeps on getting juicier. 1.4 million now to join BFT.
That BFT, and we're definitely got to get to that one. I actually. The last time there was a good trade on Palantir, sort of like a day two after a massive move, you had a shot at a bit of a dip. And I'm looking at 29.50. If there's any kind of sell at the open, if we hold anywhere around this this pre-market bottom, I'm going to like to pick some up at a 29.50. I just want to make sure we hold that low. If you break the low, you probably get a better chance on dip because, like you said, it's has been pushing, and we could see that all-time high. But there's still a lot of names to get to, and I know we have a few more here, Brendan, and you guys want to follow along in this watch list, so let's try to get to them.
Yeah, let's definitely get to BFT. I want to talk about Luminar first, though. Laser back to the upside again today. 12%. We're at 46. The stock has doubled since last Thursday when it debuted after the SPAC merger was complete. So LAZR, they develop the technology that's used in autonomous driving vehicles. So the laser guidance that's used in autonomous driving vehicles. So laser again today, back to 46 here, guys.
The real laser. And of course, Elon was actually not a fan of their technology, but I'm a fan of trading this stock, and I think looking at maybe like some all-time high breaks certainly could be in play at that 47. The volume is exceptionally good on this stock in the pre-market at 3 million, so it's being bought up. And I know this is a deceiving thing because it looks like there isn't a ton of volume relative to what you saw yesterday. And why can't I show you there? I don't know why I can't resize that for some reason, but I can. Either way, just trust me when I tell you, it's in 3 million shares pre-market. I'm also looking at this level here, about this 44 even area. Maybe it bounces through that. I think it's solid. If the retracement comes in on this name, it's going to have to hold an offer below 44 and even show some kind of consolidation before I would actually think about it. I would take a shot at it probably through 50. So in the event that a 47 break happens and I go long, you're probably going to see me all flat in front of a 50 level, and then looking for a short off of that, even a dollar. It's just, you're up this much, you've already put a double in, and you get to a level like that, it's going to be hard not to anticipate a bit of a turnaround, but I still think it has some room to run if it can maybe get a better test towards that price.
Yeah, I'm invested. The most recent SPAC was Fisker that I'm in. And why won't you do what Luminar's doing? That would be nice. Stitch Fix just broke 50. I didn't have an order to go. I was telling you I was waiting until 9:30. So I just bought. This is a very, very small position here because, again, I'm trying to wait for the market to open just to see because the spread is too big here. But I did want to have a piece just in case we did take that out on the top side. So we're very, very, very small right now. But I did want to let everybody know. Thanks for the update there that it did break, so we did take a small piece there, and then we'll take more if we can. I mean, like a decent amount more if we can get it back down to 49. But I'd rather, honestly, just wait to see what happens here with Stitch Fix. Look at the market. I mean, we were just talking about it being negative, and then no. So now they're just like, this is a 1 minute chart. this is what, 15 straight or 10 straight candles straight to the upside right now here on a minute chart. So ES not doing the same. NASDAQ making moves right now. Watch out for Stitch Fix. I'm long right now. We're going to try to get longer, 49 and change, with a short interest between 20 and 30%. I think this thing can blow up like right there. Now we're in the money. So we go out of the money, then now we're out. So that's why we're not taking too many shares here. But we are long at $50.34. I do like this. Like if this runs to 53, we'll make decent money, but not as much if we got this as the market opens. We're going to look to reload here if we can.
Foley Trasimene Acquisition Corporation next. The SPAC that we were talking about yesterday. Top of the imbalance locator today on the buy side. This is the UK payment processing firm that's actually backed by Blackstone. This is a $9 billion deal. Again, it was announced yesterday. So BFT, guys, another move here.
And it's interesting because this spent a lot of the pre-market yesterday sort of just fading off of its gap, the gap to the upside. And then you got one shot to go long off the open for the big move. And then it held some consolidation just below that $12 mark. So it gaps up again. And what do you see? Sell off in the pre-market. The only difference showing a little bit more strength before the open, getting towards those highs, so it's looking a little stronger in the pre-market than it was yesterday. And I was not even thinking about going long this based on the pre-market action, but today I'll look at a 1365 break for sure on this name. It just feels like it's a little bit stronger than it was before. And if I'm shorting it again, it's probably going to be something like a 15 or 1750. Or this level right here. I just want to show you guys both the pre-market low, but also where we tank in the pre-market off of 1275. So if it breaks 1275, that is a breakdown short for me. I'm definitely going to have that. So you can almost call it like a breakout and a breakdown bracket on BFT. I probably will not try to say Foley whatever acquisition corp it is. Just keep it at BFT.
Yeah, I've been trading US 30 a lot. Do you use any Dow for trades? Russell Jackson talking about the Dow 30. Yeah, the Dow 30 is just, you guys know the stocks that are listed there. Some of them are just, they're blue chip stocks. They're great stocks. I mean, Apple's in there. But I don't like to use the Dow 30 as an indicator. Nowadays, I'd much rather just use the NASDAQ. You can see the NASDAQ and the ES actually moving quite differently here. The ES, you can see down 0.42 right now, while the NASDAQ's only down 0.16. So I do think, Russell, it's just about what you're trading. Like the Dow 30 is just an old school, like super old school measure there. Obviously, none of the new stocks are moving into the Dow 30. You need to qualify for that. And they have old juggernauts in there, like Verizon, IBM, things like that, that just, don't really, wet my whistle per se. 1350, I love it. PayPal was a big call for me last year. You guys know that. I'm all over Square like crazy. So BFT here, Foley with PaySafe. We're just going to wait to see what it does, but I do like this 1350 top. I really, really like it. Like, I think you can go crazy on a break there if you wanted to. The only problem to me, again, and I say it's a problem for look, Palantir ramping up, which is great. I'm not selling any more Palantir shares, guys. I'm already out of about, I just looked, I'm out of about half of my position long at 956. So we're going to wait on that one. But BFT, this makes me nervous because of this in buying balance. So I'm just kind of thinking that maybe the buying balance is creating this to go from 13 to where we are now, about 1330. So I do expect a possible pullback into this area. And I think this is a load up, man. Right here, 1295, 1290, something like that. Load up and just use this as a bottom. It's about as safe as it gets right here for BFT.
I mentioned Moderna here real quick, guys. We talked about the vaccine side of the story again this morning with the UK beginning vaccination of their citizens. Look at Moderna right now, taking out this pre-market high. We're up 4% now. Starting to ramp up a little bit here for mRNA. Haven't looked at Pfizer, but some of these vaccine names starting to go here, guys.
Like we said, I don't want to touch Pfizer to the long side, but Moderna, I was looking at 165.50, that pre-market level, but I'm not taking Moderna. 7 minutes before the open, I have had nothing but failure doing that in the pre-market on mRNA. I know there's another level to the upside, that 167 that you were watching, Sean. I'm going to hope to see if we can't get something in and around this price off of the open, this current 165.50 for the break. But you got room to the top on mRNA, and it's just shy of 10% from here breaking towards, call it like year highs. Oh, sorry, not year highs, week highs, I should say.
Okay, I do have, I think Rob is coming here to look at our heating situation. You know Rob, I think, from one of our past videos, we talked about The ideal computer. Yeah, Moderna there, a good one here. 167. That was the level I wrote down. Where is it? mRNA. Yeah, 167.50 at the very bottom. If you can see that there, 167.50. We're going to run Moderna to the upside, so we're going to wait for that. That was a level that was brought to you a while ago. Here's the 20-minute chart just to give you guys a quick idea. It was this little level right here, 167.50 right here, where we busted up. We held it for a bit. We bounced around, and then once we cracked it, we all remember this day, man. I think Trader Prod here was definitely on this tip here. So 167.50. This is the day that I lost. I got smoked on Moderna this day, going long somewhere around here. So we're going to try to do it again and have a different result. We'll see if we can't make that back. I mean, 167.50 is the ultimate, but you could take 167. I think it's worth it, and then just play it off. But remember Moderna, like I remember that day, and I'm not a very familiar trading it. It moves like in the first 5 minutes, it can move like $10 without any problems, and then just come right back up. So Moderna, a spec play for sure at these levels. So watch out, man. But I like the 167 break on a march to that high again. How high did we get? We got 175-ish. That day. So I think if we can do that again today, we'll be happy. More doses coming for everybody. You get a jab, I get a jab. We all get jabs, Brendan.
Yeah, it was Canada, first of all, yesterday. We mentioned that. And then Switzerland this morning coming out saying that they have also exercised an option to purchase additional doses of Moderna's vaccine. That was the only real news stories that I saw. Let's talk about space here. We got about 5 minutes to go here, guys, before the open. Big move up, to say the least, yesterday on news that they have a new window, a new test flight window that's actually going to open on Friday this week for their last and hopefully final test flight before they get into commercialized space travel, guys. So we're kind of fading off here this morning. It did gap up in the pre-market here. We're back below 34 where it ended yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, we loved the long on space yesterday. We did talk about this. This is a very, very steady retracement in the pre-market. And I think I'm going to be concerned with whether or not it can hold this 34.50 to maybe fill in a little bit more of this gap. Ideally, you could pick up some consolidation at 31.50. There was, and if you were watching this in the afternoon around 1 o'clock, you would have seen some rejection and some battle being, a bit of a battle being waged at that price. So I would anticipate maybe a chance to buy the dip here, but this is not one that I'm going to look for the long today unless I see some serious consolidation at some point. I mean, I'm not going to be randomly bottom picking. I'd almost like to see it come in first. Ideally, it can be 31.50. I might take a shot shorting off of this 34.50 area if you catch like any kind of a buy into the open that maybe sells off or stalls out right at this 34.50 area. Those are the only two ways I'm looking to play space. I mean, the long ones yesterday. I hope you guys had that one. It was certainly a bit of a ride to the upside, but there's I don't know if you have any comments there on Virgin Galactic there, Sean.
I can't focus right now. Yeah, I feel like I just had like one of those Slurpees or something where like the freeze is just overtaking me. So BFT right now, 13.50. I like that to the top. We did talk about that. And you're talking about space. Look, it's the final frontier, guys. So you're either long or you're not on this name is my opinion. We are down again here today. Like, come on, we're not up 12.5%. There we go. Thank you for switching finally. This is space 33.50. Big top there. I think some of this is coming off. We're just going to have to wait to see what space wants to do off the open here. 1.1 million shares. Definitely a lot of volume coming through on this name. So we're going to watch it here. Not really anything. It's just been such a nice, clean move to the long side there. You do have a nice bottom at 33. So if you want to take the long off the open, we're there. I'm going to trade this as we open up, and I do like a 34 break better than anything else.
All right, guys, we'll talk about Curus, one little tiny one, just going absolutely crazy this morning. 285% now for the CRIS on the NASDAQ, little micro cap. If you remember, we actually mentioned this yesterday because it got absolutely crushed yesterday. And then now we're up 300% on news. Their initial phase 1 trial of a leukemia treatment came back very positive. So this one's gone, guys. A teeny tiny little micro cap with a very, very small float, guys.
Bullet dodged. I was actually short this very, very early in the set, like 7, just after 7 o'clock. It had already made a 3x move just in the pre-market, and it's almost doubled that from where I covered this for like a 25-cent hit. I'm going to be looking for short at some point again on this name. It's not going to be here, and it's not necessarily going to be right at 9:30. I mean, I don't have any levels to the upside that I'm absolutely in love with. You can go to the daily chart all you want and just try to find something when you go back. I feel like at some point you're going chasing a little too far when you try to find levels like that. So hopefully we get some halts to the upside that we can play off of. But Chris, no short for me. If it bounces, if it pulls back into this range, like a 475, it might give you a secondary opportunity if you've already missed a long and you're only going to be bullish on it. I do have that TNXP. Guys, I told you when that 70 broke, got in 69.5, 63 as a bit of a target. I was looking at 50.85 for the breakout. Maybe I was wrong about where the high was on Stitch Fix. I know you're already in there, Sean, but I'm just going to confirm that.
Yeah. So I'm already in Stitch Fix, and we're already long at 50.34. So it's a nice little 30-cent winner right now already. So we'll explode the money temporarily here on Stitch Fix. I would rather it's still been low and that we'd be able to buy it. More shares on a 50 break, but we did take that break. We were waiting downside. We didn't get filled up on the downside. 49.20 we were bidding. It only went down to 30, but here we go, breaking through 51. We've already done it, man. There's already a cowbell winner for you guys. 82 cents. $1 now in the money. Bang for Stitch Fix. Let's just take some off, I guess. Let's put an order high side here. We can get some 51.5. Only 30 seconds to go. Your boys already got this.
Yeah, I actually just took my break at 51 and then saw immediately a big-time seller stepped up at 51.17, so I lightened the load a little bit here. We do have only about 20 seconds to the bell, and I said that's not what I usually love getting in the pre-market, so just immediately, basically almost flatted like 2/3 of the trade. I'll still take it to the long side, but gotta drop that countdown for you guys here. Still watching a few other names, Kodak, of course, Moderna as well, but 3, 2, and 1, Blair's in green. Hopefully, that means a green day in the market.
Yeah, let's go. Let's just hopefully that, yeah, I mean, you're right. Let's see if we can get a big day in the market. We're going to wait for 167.50 here on Moderna. You see what I'm talking about? Like 166 all the way down to 164 instantly. And boom! Stitch Fix, guys. There's a big one for you. Hit the air horn as we are rocking and rolling. Hey, guys, welcome to a $2 winner. I told you that we were going to go ham on this one. $2. How about $4 on Stitch Fix, guys? Big time win here all the way to 55. We did it on Stitch Fix, guys. Congratulations. We're back in the building. Big time trade. BFT breaks through 1350 as well. Let's see how high this one wants to go.
I have 65 as the top on BFT, so I'm still looking for that to actually break through the top. Let's see if it happens. I got my stop ready to go, locked and loaded. Yeah, there's the entry point into BFT. That's what we're going to keep on calling it here. Still watching Tesla. No move at all off the open. I thought maybe it would flush off that 625 and then give you a retrace. That hasn't happened, but BFT, sorry, on the move.
Yeah, on the move is right. We are nicely in the money right now. We just took some off in the 70s. So let's just keep on letting this one ride to the high side, hopefully, guys. We do have some downside targets of this 1320, but for right now, we're just cruising to the high side on BFT. We're still long 54 on this name. So let's see how high this one can fly upside right now. Stitch Fix already a monster win, man. It goes all the way to 55. We'll see if it tests that again. We took some out for $1 and change. Now we'll wait for the high side on that one. And I'm not going to dump this. Let's just wait to see what happens. But right now, BFT coming back in a bit here. So it didn't take off as much as we thought. I still think there's a second opportunity here for this name.
And guys, remember laser with the break as well. I have my order to try and pick some shares up here at 47 now. I tried to catch the break, missed it, but it comes right back and gives you that 47 entry point. We talked about it possibly dipping back in here. So if it breaks like 45 even, we're probably going to be done with this trade. But I got to see if it can hold. Palantir, where's that one, Sean?
I don't know. I'm just watching this thing. Wait a second. Palantir looking to break. No, it's back down to 1360. So we're still watching Stitch Fix. That's $3 in the money. Moderna, we just went long, guys. Moderna. So Moderna 167.50 is now in the blotter. So new position alert. Let's hit the air horn. 167.50 for Moderna. Let's see how high this one wants to go. Nice little dollar win already, guys. And there goes Palantir. 30.40. This is the level that we're looking at. 30.25 dropping that. Here it comes right back down inside. So watch out here for Palantir going downside, guys. Brandon, what's up?
Early strength in the semiconductors, guys. This one leading the way. ON Semiconductor, all-time highs. Multiple upgrades and price target increases on this one specifically today, guys.
And I want to get to one name very, very quickly because we did not mention it the last couple of sessions. Lemonade bounced off My chart would load here. Come on, give me a break. Lemonade bounced off 100 even. I don't know why I can't get off PayPal on my 1 minute chart. Apologies, guys. Lemonade bounced off 100 even big time yesterday. I was looking at a 95 level for a retrace. It gives you one shot and then miss. I'll short anything I can in front of 95 even. Looks like Laser is going to bounce through the pre-market low here. If it breaks out, I'm going to be out of it. But I was looking for a short on Lemonade off of 95. Just no chance to get in. TNXP is starting to head to the downside. I have taken some profit out, but that's sort of grinding down, and I'm looking for a reload here at some point in BFT as well.
Okay, so Palantir there, we're going to have to give it now. It just broke, so we got out there a hit, but not a big one. Let's just see if we're going to try one more time. We've done this numerous times to ourselves before, getting in and then not believing in the move downside. So we're now back long. So there it is, long here at 30, 40, out at 13s, out again on a 30 break. So, I mean, it's a 40-cent hit. We'll take the same shares back long right now, 29.32 I'm long at. So let's see if we can't ride that to the high side again here on this name. So Palantir back long, using 29 as our out now. Let's see if we can make it back. Who knows? Moderna, though, right now, big time win for Moderna. 167.50 up to 169.50 right now. There we go, 170 in its sight right now. Let's see if Moderna can't make us a big time winner there. And there goes Palantir back to the upside, guys. So a nice little spot. Let's take some more off. We're making back what we lost. Just wish that didn't happen in the first place. What's up, B?
Recent high flyer here, CBAT, which is that CBAK Energy. Big move down just before the open there. They had an offering announced very, very late there, just before the offering, trying to bounce, or just before the open, I should say. 15% for CBAT, guys.
The level I was looking at for the pullback was 29.50 on Palantir. It just bounced off that, so you're going to see me in. We took the hit on Laser. Now it's coming all the way back. So it looks like timing is the issue there. I'm looking for reload in BFT, but it just hasn't happened yet. I'm going to try and pick up a few more shares of Palantir. And apologies, I'm having a few issues with my minute chart. So the executions are not saving. I'm going to have to at some point set them back up for you. But I did just get some Palantir long. My average price is 73. Just for some reason can't have it show on the chart. I will fix that, but have to wait for things to settle down. Do it first, guys.
Yeah, things are settling down. Not over here. We are just finally backflip central as Moderna going upside, man. We're long 167.50. We gave that one to you. That's a monster trade right now. Believe me, on that one. And now we're also looking at Palantir here, getting some out, man. We're long 29.30. Yeah, Neil, I had to re-put the executions back on my chart. 29.30. So that's a nice little long there. We're watching it. Let's see if it can get back to the upside and make all of this back right now for us. BFT is a roller coaster, man. It goes down here, it touches VWAP, now back to the upside. We still have this initial trade on. I'm thinking longer, guys. Why not? Stitch Fix still in play as well. Stitch Fix comes right back to where we got out. Let's see if it can take out the highs. I believe in it. Palantir, here we go, Palantir. 45 cents, yes. So bang on the reload of Palantir, guys. What's up, Beep?
Offering equals buying opportunity for Tesla. Here we go, guys. Tesla back through 630 there, trying to hold above, still down, but on the way back to the upside for Tesla.
All right, I didn't want to give a big shout out to the heat. The heat's back.
Yeah, the heat's back on, and I just bungled. And look, it's going to be orange temporarily. I'm having to set this up, and I just literally missed that Tesla. This is exactly what I wanted here on Tesla. It was going to be a bit of a push to the downside. Back through 625 for a long. It already gave you a $10 move. I think the only way I can play it now is maybe it bounces back down towards this 25 and I can pick some up. But look, you can have a call you want. Had to have that execution. I did get that dip in the Palantir. And I'll go over TNXP, but I already said 70 break, down to 63, so I'm just getting out on the way down. It's only about a 10% move, so that's all I will get. I'll be all flat in front of 63, guys. Brendan, what's up?
Honorable mention here, guys, for VLDR today, also in that same kind of sector and group as that laser, Luminar technology. So coming back into 20 here, also gapped up this morning, holding 7% though for VLDR, guys.
So beautiful. Thank you guys for PLTR there. Yeah, Moderna's dropping. I'm fully aware of that one. But look at Palantir. This is $1 now in the money. Like, when we take shares here and we lose 40 cents and then we make $1.50 on the rest, that means hot dog gun, right, Rob? There's the hot dog gun logo. There it is right there. As we keep going to the upside right now, Rob's a busy man making thumbnails. We can't get the hot dog on. 30.50 making moves now. Neil, this is a monster trade here for Palantir. We keep on going to the high side there with this trade. I hope you guys still have this one on board. Moderna, I gave it to this level, 164, a drop of 165. That doesn't happen. So I'm going to sit at 169 and change again, see if we can't get a little piece off of Moderna. But what a big day this has turned out to be here. I wish that dramatic move didn't happen and we still had some of those shares, but we did dump those for 40 cents.
Yeah, I picked up a bit of a reload here in BFT around that 1350 mark as it's trying to hold up. Got some out of Palantir mine in front of that 3050. Almost have to do it. Stitch Fix just pulled back, so I did get into this one after sort of missing out on the open move, but I had this one off of the open and then literally keystroked out of it for a very small profit when, of course, it went parabolic. Brendan, what's up, bud?
Volatile move here for BNTX. Was just checking on BioNTech here. Got all the way up to 130 almost, but right back down to 127. So big range at the open there for BNTX, but looks like it's struggling now to stay basically where we opened on the day for this one, guys.
So we did, yeah. I don't know. Pfizer's there as well. We did give you guys Li Auto. I don't know why. Why didn't we just go long there? It's 34. 30.50, that's why. We're going to go long here a little bit of shares on Li Auto. We missed that initial break at 34. Remember I called up the chart and I was talking about the 34 level and I didn't take it? That would have been a good trade. Hopefully you guys did have that. That goes from 34 up to 34.80 right now on Li Auto. So let's use 34 as an out now. A little bit lower than that. Let's go 34. Let's go here, 33.70 and change. We'll average into this trade, but we're long Li Auto right now. So far, it's been a pretty good morning, guys. Stitch Fix, Moderna moving itself around as well, but BFT not going upside now, actually fading back in. So we're gonna have to look for a spot to get out of this one at some point.
And I've somehow made these a little bit, I don't know, it's a different color, but it's still red, so you can see the seller here on Stitch Fix. Look, this is a complete bungle. I keystroke trying to put a stop order in off the open, missed the move, but I did get a reload here in Stitch Fix, basically at the same price, 51.33-ish. I just got some out in the front side of 52. I'll take some out for $1 winner here. Sometimes buying the dip works out. You bungle the trade, you don't always get a second crack at it, but if you do, you bet not miss. Brendan, what's up, buddy?
Another one from the EV group just popping up here on a volume spike, guys. Solo, haven't talked about this one for a while, but did get up yesterday right to 798, 799, almost $8 that high there. Broke that on the open, but big volume on Solo so far.
Okay, we're averaging the Li Auto now. Our Stitch Fix is still a big one, man. 50.34, so we're still waiting upside. Let's see if we can retest 54 one more time and take $4 on that name. That would be nice. We were excited for it in the beginning and now not so much. Li Auto, so we're gonna give this one, I told you, just back here. Let's see if the EV space wants to continue to go. 33.75 or so as a break spot there for Li Auto. If it breaks it, we're gone. And we will lose on that one, so watch out for Li Auto. We initially wanted this 34 break, play the momentum upside, but it looks like that momentum is dead now. So 33 and change. Watch out for dropping off of Li Auto very, very soon, guys. BFT 1310 is going to be my stop, but I still think we can go on this one.
Yeah, I actually just accidentally got out of shy of the low of the day there at the 29.15 area on Palantir, so I'm going to have to try to jump back into those shares and then resume that same stop. I just got another leg out here. I should go backflip over this one because Stitch Fix, sometimes you get a second crack at it, and thank you for the second chance. A couple of bucks here, 250 actually. I still have some shares on this name here, 52.20. I just actually picked some up off of VWAP. I want us to be able to bounce off this 52 here and then take another crack at the high. Whether or not it holds, we'll certainly see here, but I just want to get a secondary push. It was a strong bounce once. Let's see if it can do the same thing again. This BFT, I don't know, Sean, if it doesn't hold 13, it's ridiculous. But Palantir, the first time was good. Off that 29.50, we bought the dip. Buying in front of this pre-market low here, 29. Accidentally got out, but just get right back in, guys, because I meant to put a stop in through the low of the day, and of course, it didn't break the low, as you can see.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if you miss, like you said, you better not miss. If you go into a second trade, you can get that trade back. So you got to watch out for some of these. Moderna, though, right now, we're not missing on that one at all. We're long 167.60 right now. This is $2 in the money. We're just looking to see if we can get back to 170 and able to cash a little bit of that out there. Hopefully, we can get down to that level and cash some of that out. We'll wait on that. And then BFT, you mentioned that, Neil, from my opinion. My opinion on this name is we got to wait. We're going to wait for a 13 break or so. if that does happen, then we will get out of BFT. What's up, B?
A recent addition here, guys, YQ. We mentioned this one last week. This is in the online education sector, another Chinese online education company. YQ up 20% here. Still looking for a headline on this, but broke 13 there early on. Straight through 14, guys, for YQ.
All right, all right.
I remember
the auto
you,
does
Mike.
break as well, guys. Go ahead, Neil.
Whoa. So no, I got to go to this, Chris, and like obviously you'll usually see me shorting names like this, but I talked about why not to. I did take a shot at it in the pre-market. We'll load up there. It just made a real parabolic move up without a halt, and then gave you some consolidation here at 660. That's enough of a pullback to take a first crack at it. So if I can get something in the 675 to 680 area off of this current high, and now we're talking about like 715 or so. I just actually got an execution there at 74. I might add into this if I get any sideways play, or as it is, it's coming right down here. So if I can get more shares, I'm going to try it. It's a first pullback. It wasn't off a halt, but certainly it was a big parabolic 930 play, and I like those types of retraces. Brendan, what's up?
That YQ I just mentioned, guys, just halted. Volatility as well to the upside. This one also running. Look at Fastly, just blasted through 91 there in a straight line right from the open this morning. We were at 85 for Fastly, guys.
All right, we're waiting at 169.50 here for Moderna. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. Let's just wait to see here. Let's offer it out. There it is. Nice little win there for Moderna. 167.50 out, 169.50. Now we'll hold the rest to see how high this wants to go. I just, we saw this one go back and forth a little bit. We're out there of 2/3 at 169.50. Let's give it up to 170 now and see what does happen. Guys, Palantir, we rang the register upside there, and then it just came crashing back down. So this is why we talked about making sure that you capture some of those profits. You can see out like a madman there. That's 10-20%. We did lose our last 20% there out at 29. So 29.30 we were last in at. It's going to be still a negative stock for us, but that's okay. Palantir, again, hasn't been the greatest trade for us when it's been going downside because we've been so bullish on it, but we can switch over to bearish on this name and just wait. We've got to wait for Palantir still, I feel. So we will do that. Other than that, man, that BFT is still on board. Lee Auto, we're going to wait to see if it cracks one more time. 33.50 this time. We did get back in again at 34 on a VWAP break. So the EV space is sending us downside, but that's okay. Because Moderna was a nice little win. Let's see if that can get to 117.50. And then Stitch Fix, Neil, I know you're still on that one. This is still a nice little win there. So EV space, not so good, but everything else going pretty well.
Look, it's funny that you said that because I actually just got out of all of my Stitch Fix. But look at this order on Chris. I don't know if you guys just saw that. Let me see if I can go back and find it. There was 650,000 share order on the offer, 655. I talked about shorting this consolidation. I got 63s. I mean, I did want 70s, and I had to chase it all the way down here. If we get anywhere close to breaking 6 even, I'll take some off. I think we can get all the way back to this 5 to 550 mark. Maybe I got this one, but here we go, 627. I just got some shares in. Maybe take a few more out in front of 6, and then wait to see if we get like a 520 to 550 move. But that was a massive sell order on this name, guys. And I know Chris was on a lot of you guys' watch lists. There was a reason why I wasn't touching that one to the short side. Way too strong in the pre-market. You got to wait for a big parabolic move off the open and a real retrace. I don't care if I don't get the top. If I get the second push, that's perfectly fine by me because it's a less risky trade. And when you're going against a trend, not a bad idea.
Here goes Stitch Fix right now, guys. A nice little $3 winner. So bang on Stitch Fix, guys, making some money back. What's up, Beep?
Just having a look at Snowflake, guys. There's another positive note, it looks like, from our friends at Seeking Alpha on the team up they did with Microsoft and Azure. So all-time highs here today. 5.5% for Snow. We just broke 410 there on that last push, guys.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Look, you're never going to catch everything, and that's certainly part of the game. We've been talking about Snowflake and 400, at least a little bit there. Just throwing some bids out, so I am sort of covered on Chris. Stitch Fix, if it pulls back, I want to see if we can test that 51 area. But this BFT, I just want to go back to this name because I was looking for a chance to maybe dig into this one a little bit more off of 13, but I'm holding off doing that. The volume is okay, but it made a sharp move down, double testing the low. I have one place that I can add, and I think that's going to be if we hold a consolidation at VWAP. The thing is, I'm not taking anything out until it gets to 14, so I am still looking for a minimum target win of like 30 cents. So I am willing to risk a little bit more in this trade. I think if 14 breaks, sky's the limit here. So I'm still trying to treat this as something I want to be in for the bulk of the morning, which means I want to be picky about where I add into my position, if at all. Stitch Fix bouncing back down. Sean, I just mentioned I had gotten all flat a couple of seconds ago on Stitch Fix, well, like a minute or so ago, just at about this 53 mark. And whoops. And of course, that's an accidental. I did not mean to go short. I just left my stop order in there. And of course, now I'm going to have to pay up on the spread, guys. Yeah, just accidentally went short there. I want to get out of Stitch Fix. I'll pay some spread. But I got all out in front of that 53. Put in a lower high. It's now consolidating in this range, forming a bit of a wedge. I think this level here, where I accidentally shorted, 50.85 to 51 is probably going to be an interesting base if it can hold that, maybe for another long, guys. Brendan, what's up?
We talked about Uber briefly in the pre-market there. It did test where we ended the day yesterday, up there around 54, but hard rejection here, just propping up on a volume scanner to the downside once again, guys, for Uber.
Uber, yeah, we gave a couple levels for that. Li Auto finally, guys, going back upside a little bit here. Let's see. So our average price is 34.01. We're going now. So let's see if we can go. We did hold out for that bottom. We did take a hit there. So we're just making back what we've already lost. But I think there's a really good opportunity to do just that right now with Li Auto. So watch out here for 34.40. You guys can see where we're long. 34 even. So a nice little 20-cent win right now on Li Auto. But I think there's more to come on this one, guys. Let's give it all the way back to 34.50. I mean, we can start to take some out now. There we go. Take some more 20.
Sorry, Sean. Chris is relentless. It's about to take out the top, guys. I got some out for the profitable 625 here for like a 25-cent win, and then break even on the rest, just immediately running away from this. I think it might halt in this potential move here, and if it does, that's going to signal a possible entry for me on a reopen. And of course, it turns around to 750. That's psychological level. I was hoping for a halt there, so my hands are off the keys. I might take a consolidation short, but this is not necessarily a big enough move for that. Thankfully, we ran away from that when it broke that 665, guys. Looks like it's still a very, very strong name. This BFT, continuing consolidation, holding VWAP 1335 here. So I've started to add to that position. I think it's looking a little bit more calm now. Off the open was a little bit too thinly traded, and that's why I'm going to back off in terms of adding here. I do like this 13. It does look like it's going to be a good level to hold. Just want to make sure I got a good price on it. And finally, I can get you guys to what's been, I don't know, easy-ish trade on TNXP. It was a 70 break. I talked about this one in the pre-market for you guys. It rolled over here at 69, but I was already in position. I have been taking some out halfway to my target at 63. When it gets there, I'll be all flat and then looking for maybe a bounce long. It's not a guarantee. Depends on what I see. Definitely will be out of the short at 63, though.
Stitch Fix, like we missed this 53.50 there level. We got a little greedy and we waited for that 54. So now we're not in trouble. We already took $1.50 on this, but maybe get out the rest at 52. It doesn't seem to really want to go. I do have an order upside though near 53, but VWAP's at 52.40. So I'm debating just putting an order there. I look at the spread, guys. The spread's 20 cents when it opens up. So a little slippery slope there. Our BFT is coming back. We've still given you this 13.10 bottom. Should have played off it myself. And waited for that, but we did it. I'm not averaged into this one. I do have shares here, so this is a decent position for me. So let's just wait to see if it gets going here. I don't know if it's going to, though. I thought the momentum would have been in this name early, which it was. We did take a beautiful trade. 54's out 65, 66, but we're only out at 20% there, so we need this to keep going to the high side. That's BFT, and then we are going to try to fix up our Stitch Fix order and put it around 52.30 or so on Stitch Fix. Look, Palantir, Neil, is coming back. But again, I don't really see a level. I mean, there's 29.80 right here. I'm going to take a little bit of a long through 30 just to see if it has legs. And then, honestly, man, only going to give this one like 30 cents. Not going to hold for like this 50-cent hit again. What's up, Beep?
So a lot of these autonomous driving type stocks are popping up today. Here's another one. Foresight. Remember FRSX up about 10%. Just had a pop on volume there. You can see through 175. So it seems to be about the autonomous driving stocks so far, guys.
And there goes Lemonade bouncing off the bottom here, 89.50. Look, I did want a shot at this, and it was just impossible to get at the open. But it is coming back into this, at least testing that 95. And if we get anywhere close to it, probably in this pre-market chop, I'm going to try my hand at like 94, 94.50. Chris still has not taken out that 750 level, so it might give me a chance to get back into it. I had a little bit on BFT here, but it's basically that TNXP, and I am having a hard look at Lemonade. I'm not going to I don't want to jump in at VWAP, guys. It's a 95 level that I like, so if I'm going to short it, it's got to be at that 95. Any break, I'm probably going to hold off doing anything till we get to 100. It turned on a dime at 100 even, so worthy of two things. Got to take a 100 break, but I'll probably be shorting in front of that level. I don't care whether Lemonade breaks 100 today, tomorrow, or next week. You got to have that break, guys.
Oh, man, thank God we're coming back, baby. Lee Auto there. We're positive. The only stock we've messed up today has been Palantir. I mean, BFT, we're stuck, but we're positive on it. We'll just wait. This could be. Story's still out on that one. Lee Auto here, now making moves. We're long at 34. We just took some out at 40 there. So making back this could be a flat trade. So there you go. Moderna, nice trade. 167.50 long, out 169.50 2/3. Now we're waiting for a higher high on that name, and then obviously Rolls-Royce. We traded a little bit of this one, but not much, not really doing anything here, Rolls-Royce. And then Stitch Fix, good trade on this, man. This was one of the big ones that we had today. 30 or 50 even there, break all the way upside, 52 and change. Good trade. The one missed trade though that I have on here, damn it, this is the way it's going, guys. Look what I circled there. Roku, what is that price? 302.50. Roku's 305. We didn't even talk about this in the pre-market. That was an all-time high on Roku. I loved that trade. I didn't give it to you. That's on me. Sorry about that one, but I love that 302.50 level, and it smashed it, and it was just been running ever since. Darn it, I'll do a better job. But at least we had the idea. What up, Pete?
Big move down for Kodak this morning, guys. If you remember, late in the day yesterday, this thing had quite the squeeze, to say the least, from 11.50 to 13.50 in the aftermarket, after the market closed there. But all the way back down. We're right back down to 11.60 now, trying to bounce for Kodak.
I don't even know how I missed it. That's a horrible, horrible miss on Kodak by me. I did just get back in. I was going to talk Kodak, but a good look on Brendan. It's like, honestly, Brendan reads our minds sometimes, and I don't know how he does it, but
get out of there.
He does it. Seriously, get out of my head. I was just going over Kodak and wanted to put my head through a window over missing that trade, but I am trying again here in Chris, and do the same thing I did before. Give it to the 750 top. Give myself an average price around this 25, so I'm risking 25 cents in slippage. Take some out on a 7 even break, so it's like a 1-to-1 on the first third or so. And then, look, immediately, it's like, there it is. I said this yesterday. Sometimes if you can't beat these things, like, you should just join them. Yeah, I wish I had done that back at 7 even. But there it goes. I didn't even have time to tell you to try to reverse long into 8 even. But anyways, you can sort of see that I've done that here. So I'm going to see if I can work some of this out in front of 8 even, just a breakout trade. If I'm hunting shorts, I kind of don't love holding the longs. Obviously, that's going to clearly be wrong, not taking long breaks here or taking long breaks here. But this is how I stay positive on the stock. Tight stops on the short, take profit quickly, go to break even once you get a target profit. And then if it's too strong, just grab a bit of a long trade. And I don't even want to hold the rest of this. I'm actually just going to get it all out in front of 8 even. I'll take 25 cents. I don't care. At some point, I think there's going to be a bigger short. And I want a clear head and a flat sort of a blotter on this stock to be able to put that on. Brendan, what's up?
Not seeing anything significant as far as news on this, but Chewy, wow. Chewy coming up to all-time highs here today, guys. This is 78.60 up there, that high. So we are about 60 cents away from all-time highs on Chewy, 4% today.
Yeah, Chewy, big holding there. Loving Chewy. I get another IPO name there. That money thing went too long there. Sorry about that, Brendan. But yeah, we did run some money through Chewy, obviously, and that has been a big trade for us into our account. But Lee Auto right now is a big trade for us as well. Long at 34, just getting these out, man, 53.60. So a big win here for LI, Lee Auto. And guess what, guys? Our BFT back to the high side there. We didn't get any. Oh, I just put some out. Oh, I got that. I got 59s. Okay, there it goes. 59s through there. So we're just trying to take some out now. We have 4 positions on. They're all winners right now. Moderna, nicely traded to the upside right now, but bounces off 70. Probably got to take that out next time it comes up there. Stitch Fix, though, Neil, you had some good outs here in this consolidation. I did not. I'm out of half there. Now we're waiting to see what it does to the downside. If I lose on this one, I lose. Again, it's not a huge position. It was nice, though, when we were up $5 in the money. All of a sudden, small position went nice. But we're still going to give this back here, 52.50 or so. See if we can get out of that one. Other than that, man, Lee Auto, Moderna, and BFT all on board right now and still watching everything. We're watching GBTC as well in the Bitcoin game, but 2 million shares. It's not doing a hell of a lot. It did drop. We did have a little bit of a short there at 90 and covered it at 86. So not a great cover there. But Palantir still bouncing around. No ideas on that one.
Sean, I want to quickly jump back to Tesla here. Now, we talked about that 25 area. It just bounced off of this for another like sort of $7, $8 winner. Now, obviously, I was looking at CRS and I thought there was a really good shot at a retracement there, so I did jump over to that name. But let's continue to watch this 25. It now feels like if that breaks, you might have a bit of a short as well. So I wouldn't have played it both ways, but I actually would now on Tesla. If we can ever break this 638, probably worth a bit of a play into 650 as well to the upside. And of course, if it gets through 650, 666, ominous number, but you got to watch out for that level if it ever gets anywhere close to it today.
Yeah, Tesla, big time runner. Li Auto, maybe we got to take some off again. We just took some off in the 60s. We'll wait in the 30s again. We've brought our game all the way back. So I mean, it's been a good little finish to the day here finish to the first half hour. We've been crushing it here lately. We did step up on Palantir and lost on that one. NIO, another name that you guys might want to look at. I'm sorry, I apologize. We haven't really looked at the chat yet, but definitely subscribe and like. We'll be looking at the chat for some names in a bit. Right here, we just are busy with a few things here. As Miss V, thank you so much. You're green today, so we're going to get green and make some money there. Thank you so much. I'm not. What did you just say?
It's a new mug.
Oh, it's in my mug.
No, it's a new mug. Like, Sean, check it out.
It's a new mug.
It's got the Trader TV Live.
Yes!
It's also got the bang.
Finally.
As I'm like burn my hands turning because that is hot coffee in there.
Thank you, Miss V.
Probably shouldn't have put the fingers on that. That was a little bit intense. But either way, guys, I want to quickly, just because a bit of a bounce here on Kodak, try to get back above this 1190 area. I think if it makes a base at 50, you could see a bit of a squeeze, but I'm going to try to short this pop, at least initially. If I get like 85s off of a 12, see if I can come to this party a little bit late. And Stitch Fix is starting to make a move at this. It might roll over here, and I was sort of looking for a place to. I wasn't thinking short. Unless it was below 47, I'm going to stick with that. I'm not going to go short on Stitch Fix. I'm going to go have a look at Kodak.
Yeah, I'm still holding it. I mean, it's out of the money, and thanks, Ms. V. I understand what you're saying now. This is a new cup. You could get it on our site. It's bang on one side with an explosion of money. Oops, and then the Trader TV logo. I can't show you too much because it's absolutely full to the brim here.
Yeah, I just burnt my fingers on. But
good one. Neil burned his hand, so the coffee around here is warm and maybe a little too warm for my friend over there. Stay safe. It is getting nice in here now, so I want to give a big shout out to Rob for sure for apparently fixing whatever there was wrong with the heat, because now we can feel our face and our hands, so that's always a good sign there. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there, Neil. Stitch Fix heading southbound right now.
Yeah, and so was that Chris. Now, obviously, I got out of the long, and I said you got to be out of a long if you want to be thinking about the short. I missed a shot here when it retook 750. It was a brief consolidation. I didn't get it. If we halt downside, I'll be looking to play this one off of reopen. That just hasn't happened yet for us. I'm going to try and get this one. It still hasn't even come close to view off. So it's still a buck till that. 750 is a new level I'd probably take a short off of. Before we get into that, we've got to go to Brendan at the big screen. Time for Happening Now.
Hey guys, 10 o'clock. Let's have a look at North American markets. Bit of a negative look so far. If you are concentrating on these up here, the S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, all in negative territory ever so slightly. It's the NASDAQ that's leading, NASDAQ 100 specifically, down about 0.4%. The composite, 0.2% there. You can see both of these barely into the red today. The Russell, small caps, having a nice little day there, 0.1% back to the upside for the Russell after a negative day yesterday. Here in Toronto, the TSX 0.1%, BOVESPA down in Brazil, up about 0.5% to start off the session. A few things from the watch list still worth looking at, guys. This Kodak, I was super cautious on this morning because of this move and this strength that we saw late in the day yesterday, but having trouble at day lows here. Kodak is back below 12, so key level there needs to stay below if it's going to continue downside is $12. Want to mention Moderna here struggling up at 170, back to the lower end of the range there, 167, but definitely a nice move to the upside off the open. And yeah, BFT did make a high. I wanted to mention did make a high there above that 1360, but also starting to pull back. Huge volume at day highs there on that BFT, guys.
Yeah, it certainly was big volume. It had me intrigued, and I'm still going to be into this one. It's holding that 35-40 area around VWAP where I sort of add to my position. But I'm now looking at LXRX, and I feel like this was Look, Lexicon was on the watch list. We start earlier so that we can get through everything, but there was just so much to cover this morning that we didn't quite get to this name. I did have some levels I was looking at, but there was too much to pay attention to. 275, where we're here right now. This area is where I was looking to go basically short off of any rollover as pre-market high. It's close enough. I mean, 285 is going to be that top, but it's not a heck of a lot of risk if you start a position here around like 68 to 75. But I do want, in the event that 85 breaks, the idea would be that I have close to a 75 price to plan. That way, if I get faded all the way to like three even on a break or something like that, it's like you know exactly what you're risking, about 15 pennies. And 250 down here gives you at least over a 1x return if it gets down to that VWAP, guys. So I am just got into position, started here at 69. Certainly willing to take more. I'd love to see it consolidate. Will not hold through the high of the day at 285 for a bit of a high time frame look. And this is why, like, it's just, there's no frame of reference prices higher than this until you get ways away from where we are right now. So not holding through that high, but into position on LXRX. I'm not sure if I want to defend 47 on Stitch Fix, but I decided not to go short. And I don't know, I guess that was the wrong call because looks like we're already $1 down off that 50. Yeah, but I think 47 was the level I was looking at before. I'll probably stick with that.
Yeah, I still have it, but again, you guys know it's a pretty small position. We're just waiting to see what it wants to do at that bottom level. What's up, B?
Another one with earnings today, guys. Equifax having quite the day. 9.5% here, just straight to the upside. Did absolutely nothing in the pre-market. No volume at all. 176 then to 187 for EFX, guys.
And that was somewhat quick. I haven't hit this one in a while, so we'll go with that.
Yay!
There we go. Drop the Brendan GOAT. Right there, because he is the GOAT, greatest of all time. 256, 257, just got some shares out, 12-cent win on LXRX. I never was able to add. I wanted to consolidate here and then roll over. Then I could have got more shares, both on the consolidation and hopefully on the way down. But either way, it's still in a bit of an upward trend. That's why I will be taking profit. As long as it holds that top, I will be still short this name and then working that trade. Kodak, bouncing again off 1150. I never got that short in front of this 1190 to 12 area, but 1150 bottom still holding pretty nicely if you're long for whatever reason on Kodak. I don't know why you would be. Maybe you're long from yesterday, but if 1150 goes, it could be another floodgate type trade for this name. I'll be shorting off at 12 first, but I'll still take an 1150 break, probably for just smaller size.
Yeah, we have that too. I have 1130 break, so we'll find out about Kodak soon. Hopefully, going to the downside on that one. Okay, Li Auto comes all the way back. We did take the majority out. This is actually each one of these 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We still have a little bit more because again, it was an average price. So we're gonna wait to see here on Li Auto. Still using that 3350 as a bottom. That hasn't come through yet. So we're going to wait on that one. Other than that, man, I mean, Palantir was still looking. Roku does make a nice high there at 305. And again, watch out, man. NASDAQ still red, right? NASDAQ has been, flying high, but the ES tries to make a comeback here during that little move. So as you can see, they're almost trading. We got a question from Russell Jackson today about NASDAQ versus Dow and whatnot. You can see here's the NASDAQ, almost, a different look than the ES right now. So a couple different components, depending on what you're trading, if you're going to use one of them as a leading indicator. I would use NASDAQ. Most of the stocks that we trade here are looking at the tech side of things, but that doesn't mean that that's the Bible or the Holy Grail by any stretch of the imagination. Moderna, we still have a 169. I think I might just get out at 169.50, but we're going to wait to see. That did go red against us. We are at a 2/3 up here at 169.50. Was really just hoping to take out 170, and then I did have visions of 175, but that's not coming, so we'll wait on that one. Stitch Fix, this is why we didn't get out. We still had some of the bottoms down here, so we'll wait to see. This could be a good spot to go longer on SFIX here. Stitch Fix. Let's just see if we can find a little bit of a better spot. What is that? 49.50. Yeah. So 49.50 would have been a good spot here. We'll average into this a little bit and see what happens on the downside of 48.50, which is our initial out. What's up, Brendan?
Another one with earnings, guys. Smartsheet. This is a software company, cloud-based software company. Big pop aftermarket yesterday on better than expected earnings. A number of upgrades then this morning, lifting this thing even higher, 20% so far. Although we did have a big flush down to 69 early on. We're right back to day highs, guys.
Speaking of flushes, I said this in the chat, and I kind of did mention on Chris that one of the reasons to get flat on the long trade was you want to, like, if you're looking for a short on something like this and you think there's going to be a home run shorting it, if you're in a long position, it's going to complicate things. You got to cover, you got to reverse. You're psychologically thinking, I want the stock to go up. And that's what happened to me. I completely missed the turn. I got out at the top of the long, but it's just I wasn't in the frame of mind to catch this at 750. I miss it here at 7 even. Now I'm not going to chase it because that's a good way to get yourself into trouble. Oh, that's a bad trigger. And let's just quickly get a Tesla. Tesla did not just break 625, so either I bungled it. I'll have to revisit. I wanted a 625 breakdown on Tesla. Just got in there at 629. I'll get in and out in 30-cent hits. Not going to do anything on Tesla. That's basically the spread. But it was 625 that I was looking at. That's the level we liked this morning. That was a bounce in the long. It was a bit of a retracement play. Gave you $10. Now I think it could be a bit of a short if it breaks down through that level. If it holds it, as I see the ES about to turn positive, we still like the 638 area break on Tesla. But it's Chris in the upward trend, and I'm not done with this. If it retests the high, you have breakouts through 8, where I got out of that long, or you have another short, which could maybe come in the 765-ish area on Chris.
Like the ish. There, yeah. You gotta. Sometimes it's good to have exact stops. Okay, for Stitch Fix, we do have an exact stop. We did get longer here at 49, 49.25. I'm going to use these breaks right here, 48.50. Looks like it's coming, man. So, wrong or not on Stitch Fix here, it does look like that's going to be a story for another day. It doesn't want to go upside. We did catch the momentum early. BFT there, Neil, finally breaks that 13.10. So we added.
There's 100,000 on the bid at 13 even.
Yeah, we added that. Yeah, there it is. We add that to our loss there, but I'll go long again. But watch out, it can hit that, no problem. But there is share size there. Watch out for that. But whatever. We got out there at 05. That could have been a bad out with that size there. What's up, Beep?
They've been volatile lately, but some of the cannabis stocks, guys, showing some weakness today. ACB back to the downside, just ripped from 10 up to 10.50 at the open there, but starting to fade off a little bit for ACB once again.
And just going to reload into LXRX, of course. I got a little bit out of that when I'm just adjusting Tesla. You can see the wicks on that chart if you just saw that, how I accidentally got in. Going to make sure that does not happen to me again. LXRX gave me a little bit in front of VWAP. I wanted to consolidate up around 275. This is the trouble with trying to get it on the way back in. I want to see it make a fresh high at 75, and then I'll try and get it when it reverses off of it. So I'm going to be passive with entries into this stock. I still like the 285 as my out. So yeah, just actually got to fill there at 74. So reloaded an LXRX. I'd probably, you know what, actually, don't need to. That was the last ad we'll have. I need to adjust my stop, of course, because new share size there. But I will take shares off in front of VWAP again. I'll hold probably a quarter to a third of it on the event that VWAP 250 area does break, and then you get a bigger retracement into those lows. Tesla's still holding above 625. So I'm going to wait patiently. It's either going to give me a break of that level, or I think we're still looking at that 38 break to take you to 650.
Okay, yeah, we are trading Rolls Royce a little bit here, going up, but not doing much. Okay, so Stitch Fix is still there. We're waiting on this one. We did take another average, so we're still waiting to get back to this 51 or so spot. We're long now 49.50. So just to let you know, we did take a decent spot down there, low side at 49. What's up, B? Give us
another one from that Laser group, same as Laser VLDR here, 12.5% now, trying to get back above that last little high there, 21.25. This one up here, 21.50, also in that autonomous driving group, guys. And
okay, at least this one's working out rather, I don't want to say easily, but every time I get into LXRX, it's like, this is a 1 minute chart here. It's like 1 minute, there's the flush into VWAP. Get in, wait for it to roll over. 1 minute, there's the flush into VWAP again. So I am still trying to hold this. I have just over half the position still for it to break 250, and then we can get a look at this like 225 to 235, where obviously that was a big bounce off of the open. That's why I sort of waited patiently for it to test the high before I got into this short. There's that size off BFT bouncing off of 13, at least for now. Kodak is about to break this 1150 low. I'm going short here if it breaks the psychological level. if you zoom out and just couldn't give me in any second now, but there are, if you look at yesterday's bottoms, guys, at 11.25 and then down to just like 11.11, could be a bit of support for a Kodak, but I'm going to short this one anyways through 11.50.
All right, there it goes, BFT. So, thanks for pointing that out, Neil. We did take more long.
Well, he followed it up.
It looks like he's following it up, yeah. So we're long at 9 again.
I shouldn't say he here.
No, he's not. Did he follow it up, or there's still somebody there? There's still somebody there. So you either followed it up or is just trying to push this thing. So let's just wait to see what does happen. I don't even see him now anymore, Neil. They're at 10. So a good little, we got out a premature there. Should have stayed in it. I didn't even notice that guy was there at 10, although Neil has been talking about it. So 13's there. We went back long. So we got out basically not by accident. We meant to get out there on a 13.10 break, so that's fine. But now we go back long to the upside. We'll try to make it all back. I think we can. We just need to get to VWAP or so, and we'll make that back, as we did take out some profits here on BFT the first time. So running that back to the upside. Stitch Fix coming back in as well, so that's a good trade. We're back into the money now on Stitch Fix. Man, this has been a roller coaster here on this name, but we did take another long, 49.25. Look at the average price now, guys. You can see it at the bottom, 49.53. So we're slightly in the money, Brendan.
Some of the retail names showing some strength early on so far, guys. Just saw Michaels here making a recent high through 13. Big volume came in. You can see recent high in the daily chart there, 8.8% for Michaels today.
And just got into Kodak on that 11.50 break, and I'm still looking at Tesla, but just nothing doing there. LXRX, it's about to test that 250, and this is where my next target will come into play. Now, I'm not going to throw bids out just yet. I mean, what I want to happen is 250 breaks. I sort of have it level 2 up. I'll see where it looks like it's stalling out. Maybe the bid starts to pick up, and then I'll punch out of a third of what I have left, and then try to hang on for a move down into 225. That's the plan of action here on LXRX, but there's a bit of size. It's not a lot. This is 40 million shares it's done, so 50, 60,000 shares in the bid at 250 isn't a heck of a lot, but it's a psychological level. It has found support there before, or just below it. So I want this to break down and give me a bigger win. Obviously, I want to be able to hold on to it. Tesla's actually not doing anything between 28 and 30 here, so probably have to be patient with Tesla. I think it's still going to give you another move. Just might have to wait for it.
Man, we are just crushing BFT finally back to the upside. We actually took double the shares that we had on the drop. We took the same amount of shares. No, we took double what we had here, but then we doubled up our position to the downside. That's what I meant to say. So that's a good one. Here goes Stitch Fix, guys. Let's capture some profits on this. This is back to $1 in the money now. We are long 49.26, so we're at 50.15 there. Didn't even notice that. We put an order at 50.20 to see if we get some out there. Come on, did I just? Yes! Bang! Nice little trade there as the money keeps spinning through. We're back, baby. It's been a hard time for me today, a little bit anyways, but now we make it back. You might look at the P&L. We can't see the P&L, but the position and say, how is that a hard time? But Palantir, we dropped down on there. And then Li Auto, we've missed. We took 2 shots at that. We were able to take some profits there, but then dropped out at the end. So that's going to be a negative stock as well. And then mRNA, trying, man. It's trying to go. We're out at 2/3, so we're waiting for a third. This is going to be our out 166.50 break. I may just get out of this one if we break back above VWAP. Let's see if we can't take, like a 168.80 somewhere in here. If we can grab that, that'd be fantastic on Moderna. But we're still in the money on it, so it's not woe is me yet.
And just took a little bit out, so scalped a little bit on that Kodak for close to that 10 cents. Now, if it gets down to the pre-market low, and I talked about this before, it's like 11, 13 or so. Well, actually, just a little bit lower than that. So we'll call it like 11.10. I want to make sure I have something on in case it breaks. I want to hang on to the trade, but I will scalp out in front of it, take another break through the low to be able to add back into the position. That is going to be the plan of action. Obviously, missing out on the first part of this move stinks, but it doesn't mean that if you see another trade there, you got to put it on. It just happens to be more of a scalp trade that won't be nearly as big a gross winner as we saw before in Kodak. Tesla through 630. I still like that 38 level. That's what I will be watching. And there was no resistance, or at least not a good resistance here on Lemonade, 95. And this is what level 2 looks like. It's a very thinly traded stock. So I saw nothing that made me want to go short when it came here. I say that with a chuckle because that's understating things. It looks like it is going to test back towards those highs. If I see any kind of sell start to come in, I might take a shot retracing through 95. But otherwise, 100 is the next play on Lemonade, and that could be a big level. Well, not could, it will be.
Yeah, exactly. I think it will be as well. Okay, let's watch out for Lemonade here, like Neil just mentioned. I was trying to make that my call possibly for the year, but Lemonade comes through now. Talk about a call for the year. How about Stitch Fix? I'll never make that as a call for the year, but nice little retracement back up, man. This is $1.50 now in the money. As my dentist, Neil, is calling me right now. As you can,
that's never
do I better not have they call when I have an appointment. Normally my wife is all over this. I don't know if I have one today. Hopefully I do not. $51. My wife is going to take some pictures at some Christmas thing. Did we just get out of Stitch Fix there? No, we did not. We're waiting. There goes Kodak, Neil, taking out the bottom. I know you're already in this one, but I'm just in it right now.
There's nothing wrong with that, baby. I mean, I was late to Stitch Fix. You were early, so we can flip tails on that. Heads? I don't know. Whatever. We both got it either way, so let's go to Brendan.
Another one, guys. Uber, we mentioned earlier, did test 54 all the way back down, but look at this, trying to hold above 53 once again. So came in 253 and held higher there for Uber. So trying to get back to the upside once again for Uber, guys.
I will say this. I talked about this 250 level that's actually breaking now on LXRX. This is not what I thought would happen. I mean, I actually thought the bid would almost evaporate when it went through, and then I tried to get like a panic flush down and I'd be able to aggressively get out. That's just not the case. I still think we can get to 225, but it's looking like I should. And instead of talking about it, let's actually get some out at 245. I make that mistake far too often, and that's one adjustment that we've had to both do on this show from time to time. Is we've been trading for a long time, but trading live and also talking through what we're thinking about and seeing while also executing can be a bit of a challenge. So just got some out at 245, which of course last entry point was up here at 275. It's a nice win. I still think 50 pennies is the ultimate target. I'll be all flat once it gets down there, but still have some of this LXRX to be able to get out at that 225 mark.
I've been getting out of some of this BFT here as well, but now it's going to the high side. I just took some out at 17 and 18. We are long at 9, so just to let you guys know that that's what we're doing on BFT right now. Other than that, we're waiting for that to go. We're into Kodak. We took, what was our short? 27s. We're able to get some 23s there off the bid, and I'm still bidding 21s. So let's see if it cracks. There it is. We take some 21s, Neil. So again, this should be a home run if it continues to go down, but we're just taking some off so that we have a little bit of room to wiggle here in case we need it. I'm giving it back to 1150. I don't know. It's not great action. I wish it would have moved a little more than what we've already done. So a couple outs there, good. Now we'll wait for 1150. If it breaks, then we flashing out of this one for sure. But that's Kodak. Nice little. Can't believe we just got 21s there as it goes back to 35. So a little bit of a violent name. Okay, Stitch Fix goes all the way up. We were waiting at 50.90. We didn't get those, so we'll wait to see if it comes back up. But a nice little win here for Stitch Fix. Look at the market though, man. The market's coming off right now, so that's going to give some pressure. Let's take some Stitch Fix off. It's $1 in the money, guys.
Yeah, the only reason I'm going to talk about TNXP here, it's not moving a heck of a lot, but it bounced off at 66, halfway towards my target, and starting to come back up here. It was a shot for me to take more 69s, but if it breaks this 70 area, I'm probably going to have to get out. It's making a bit of a bottom here, and just when you go to the higher time frame to be able to look at yesterday, it came in, and then all after the last couple hours of the session, this 70 was a good hold, and then it held it in the pre-market. So if we climb back above that price, I'm going to walk away from this short, very easily. I think it has been a winner so far. It was obviously good yesterday, breaking $1 even, and we had that all the way to 80 cents. Probably not as big a move in store for that one. Kodak not quite towards that 11 even, but I want to add. If it breaks 11, I'm certainly going to be adding to my position, not taking off. LXRX. Still at that 245 where I got out last. And Chris, it's just, this is the one that got away. It is what it is. We had a good short, we had a bad short, we had a good long, and then we missed this opportunity. It is bouncing off, or trying to bounce off VWAP at 6 even, so there is still that bigger move that could come into play when it gets down below like 550 or so, and you still have a chance to get all the way to like 3 or 350. That would not surprise me, guys. If Chris breaks down hard at some point, probably 350. But the amount of volume it's doing up here, I mean, it's 140 million. It keeps finding a bid. This could be one of those that has the afternoon push as opposed to the afternoon flush. So I don't want to get married to the idea of shorting it. I probably missed my best chance at it. If I see something else, I'll definitely let you guys know.
I like that. Best chance for an afternoon push or flush. Yeah, I mean, look, Chris, you guys know all about that stock. So good call there, Neil. Thanks for going over that one. BFT 09s out. Like I was saying, we got some out there in the teens. We're still waiting for 13 to break. Let's just do a check on the size before we go to Brendan, just to make sure. Yeah, there's still some 100 thou there. That's not big enough, but we'll wait. We're still going to go short. Not go short. We're going to get out if that does break. I'm not going to reverse that short. We do like BFT to the long side there. Stitch Fix, we just got some out there at 50.05, so that's a nice one. Stitch Fix, big time trade for us. Okay, Neil, there goes Kodak. Finally, just took some off at 20s again. It looks like we're breaking to the downside. Got a bid at 13 here, so let's just keep on going down on Kodak. It looks like, guys, backflips there, late to the party, but we can celebrate anyways as Kodak looks like it's heading down. Brendan with small cap recap at the board.
Hey guys, yeah, small cap time. Let's go have a look at a few names we've been looking at this morning. LXRX, Neil's been covering this very well. 250, I just wanted to mention on the daily chart here. It looks like it's going to end up being a level. It hasn't really developed yet, but I was very, very early on this morning in the pre-market. Didn't get enough out down there on the first swipe, but the reason being, if you go to the daily chart, $3 even is an even better level. So I really want this thing kind of get up into 3 before really digging into this one. So $3 the level I'm watching, but not really doing a heck of a lot, just kind of chopping around here in a 40-cent range, 30-40 cent range for LXRX. Kodak, yeah, as I mentioned before, I wrote this off almost this morning because of this move into the close yesterday. It was so strong. It did give you a little quick test of 13.25, and then, yeah, just straight southbound. $11 incoming now for Kodak. If this thing gets anywhere near 12 again, yeah, going to have to put on some shares, I think, for Kodak. CBAT, the other one we were talking about, 585, a great level on the daily chart. Go out to the daily chart and look at 585 to 595 on CBAT, just coming into that area now for that one, guys. Back over to you.
Definitely worth a look at CBAT. I'm still having a quick peek over at Lemonade. It's still just as thinly traded as it was before. It did just retest 95, and I think that's what Kodak immediately piqued my interest there. But Kodak,
you still have it?
I didn't get back in. Yeah, I know. I actually got out, and then 11 even hasn't broken. But the last exit I should have been right at like 11:05, but I got out at 11:15. So it was, 11:50 should have been the last out at 45 cents. But 11 even breaks, and I'm jumping back into this trade. Now pre-market low I think was a little bit higher than this, about psychological level here at 11. I'll enter back into it if this does break. I'm not saying for sure it will, but it looks like it's going to happen right now.
Yeah, there it is. It breaks. We got a bid at 96. Bang! Nice little win there. Line them up and knock them down. 11.30 short here on Kodak, and just getting demolished right now. Big time trade for yours truly here on that one, and we just took some at 96 there. We're pretty light on it now. We only have a third left. Or no, 25% left of this trade as we go to the downside there on Kodak. We got too much out. Well, we didn't get that much out, but we got some of that 18, 19s there when we first broke. Then we got some 10s and 11s. Maybe I could zoom this in just a little bit more. This is what the trade looks like, a break. We're holding it back to 50, and then there's a nice out at 93 there. So good on us for that trade, it looks like anyways. At BFT, buy back, double the shares there. Still going to be negative. It didn't make the move upside that we thought, so we're going to wait for 13. Brendan, again, a busy guy.
I just want to mention on that Kodak, guys, we're in this gap now from yesterday. So the bottom of the gap was 11.10 from yesterday. So needs to hold below 11.10. And then we're talking about a huge gap here if you go all the way back to last week, down around 760, guys.
The only change I would make is there was that, if you go back to like the afternoon there, 2 o'clock, there was that higher level at 11.25. So I like a 10 to 25 area. And the reason I pick an area is because I have my stop above that quarter. And then if it fails to get above it and hold above, I was trying to re-enter it. So it just tested 25 now. If it doesn't break, I would get back in. Actually, I would take more shares. Of course, I haven't actually gotten out yet. So 25 does hold, at least temporarily, and that's where I can add to the position, which I'm trying to do now in the 20s. And then if it breaks up, give it a couple of cents, and then we'll see if it fills in that gap. Even if I get out of this trade, I'll probably take another shot because the gap is so big, Brennan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still looking at this Kodak. I got to actually take away my buy order there, as we're basically, like I just said, we're getting closer and closer to being flat on this name. Good out there on the 11 break. We used what Neil was talking about there as the momentum to get out of that at 96. So that's basically the day's low is 95. My bid was 96 that we covered that up. Stitch Fix still 54 cents in the money. Kodak and BFT getting close, man, to that 13.
It's breaking.
Here it goes. It's going to break any second now. What's up, Brendan?
Big C, just going to double check on Big C here. I'll show you the chart first. News on this one for sure. 86 down to 81 in a straight line here. Just checking on news, guys.
Big C. Palantir, we still got that 30 buy. I guess that's not happening anytime soon. Moderna, we're just like dancing with the devil here on Moderna. I feel like 167, like it goes all the way down to 166. We're still using this little breaking spot down here of 165.50 or so as our out. But we've already made the $3 or $2 on this one. So that's why we're giving it a little bit more room. But if it breaks VWAP, then 168.50. I've changed my order. We'll see if we can take $1 on this last little bit there and still to go. Other than that, man, there's that BFT break. Would have been a great short, Neil. I don't have it.
I got a little bit of it here, but the pre-market, and the only reason I like it, and I'm getting out right now a bunch of these shares, is that 1280 here is the bottom. So I'm trying to cover half of the, which I just did, hands off. I just covered half the position into the low. Now it's breaking the low, and this is much. I mean, this is what I kind of hope what Kodak would do. This gap here, and this is why I like this like 1280 to get some out. I talked about this 1275, 1280. The below here, it could be a short. I faded into it. Now I got to hold. So the scalp is done. This is a hold to see if it can come back into the afternoon consolidation. Call it 12 to 1225. For now, I was bullish on this. I thought for the life of me, we were going to be going up and it would be a strong move into 15. That has not happened. So it's going to be my worst stock for now. We'll see what happens, actually, position dependent. But I'm going to be shorting this one all the way into 1250. If it retakes that 13, I will get out because that means yesterday's high has held strong, and I don't want to be caught on the wrong end of that.
You're strong with that high, as they say there. Okay, we're going to watch out here. What was I looking at? Oh, Palantir. You know what? It's just bouncing around this 27. Not a great level for Palantir down here at 27, down 4 and a bit percentage. This is sort of some of the stop areas that we talked about the other day. Downside was 26.50 or so. So if that breaks, I'm not super positive about Palantir there. I still think that we could ramp up through here. So I'm going to wait for 28.50 break to see if we can get some shares in Palantir. Other than that, I'm going to be hands off of this monster until we get going again. So 28.50. I do see a lot of people talking about it, so I did want to talk about that for sure on that one. So that's Palantir. ACB, man, you know, we haven't hit Weed Batman in a bit, so we're going to do that right now before we go into it. I just like this graphic. ACB on NYSE 1030. We did see that vote, I guess, was passed, but then it's just going to get shot down once it goes over to the Congress. So it doesn't really matter. But ACB trying to make a move. Brendan brought it to our attention up here, and I just wanted to look at this again because look where we stopped the last couple of days, right at the same level today, 1050. So if you got anything on watch, guys, watch out for 1050 right here on ACB. You got a bottom of 10, so nice little 50-cent range there that you can play if you did like the green space today, guys.
Why am I sitting here in LXRX, which can't seem to move? I mean, just got stopped out of Kodak on the way back up. There's a couple of good shorts there, but Sundial. Oh man, look at this 60. Look at this 60 level. This was a fantastic one on the way back. A couple of times going into since the beginning of the month. Rejection off this price yesterday. Ramp up at the open and turns on a dime. Right, this is about as easy as it's going to ever get. I'll try something off, not necessarily off of that level, but certainly off of VWAP here. Maybe it'll pop to like 57. Give me something there. But if this thing breaks like this 52, 53, I'll jump into the short. I should have had that at 60. I don't know. I mean, 10XT's been okay, but that would have been a home run, certainly to say the least. But I'm back on the Sundial now. Brendan, what's up?
I just saw a little bit of a note there on Pfizer. Pfizer, highest level in a year and a half, just hit there on that last push up to 42. So nice look for PFE, another one in the vaccine space again today. They did release final data on their late-stage trial for the vaccine as far as Pfizer is concerned, and it was better than expected once again. So Pfizer very strong so far today, guys. About an hour left in the session over in Europe. Valeria is watching what's going on over in Europe. V, what's up?
Hey Brandon, European shares are mostly in a negative territory on the efforts to reach post-Brexit trading deal this week. HT trading in London is up more than 2% after said these annual results will be better than expected. Back to you.
Lots to look at over there today, guys. We'll check in on Europe coming up at 11.
I'm going to go. Thanks for bringing that up. I mean, look at the size here on Pfizer. You may like our show for lots of reasons, but if nothing else, what about a live level 3 look here on stock? So here's Pfizer. Some big levels there. It's pretty huge. I think it's going to break, so we're going to go long on a break here of Pfizer. I don't even want to go short first. Normally, I would short in front of that size, but honestly, man, it's just looking good. This is a nice level. Brendan just brought that to us. I don't think it's not going to be all-time highs, but it's going to be pretty damn close to obviously a recent high here. Pfizer, big-time size there. You could scalp this. This is, we probably should talk about scalping, but you can go back and forth. Scalping just quick pennies, but
I feel like this is a bad idea.
There it is.
Yeah,
we're now long Pfizer, guys.
I mean, I literally I did take that short, so I got out of it right there at like 03. I mean, it's too juicy for me to risk like 4 pennies and try to make like 10 to 15, and I'm going to do that almost every single time. But the long break's certainly on there, Sean.
Yeah, so we're already long right now. So we just went long on that one. I don't know how high this is going to go, but we did take a decent position. So we got some out at 07 there. We're only long at 03. So we'll give it some time to work itself out. I'm going to give it back to 90 or so. I think that's where everyone's going to give it. So let's give it to like, I guess 85-ish to see on a break. But here goes Pfizer, a nice little move to the upside. We're waiting at 8s, 7s, 6s, things like that. Actually, my only order is at 8. So let's wait and see how high this goes. But on a fail, 41.85, guys, backside on that. Stitch Fix does go back to that dollar in the money. I didn't put an order here. I think we should. $50.50, guys. We're long 49.26 on Stitch Fix. So we're smoking today on some of these names, guys. Big day here as, yeah, we're all the way back, guys, off that bad Palantir initial trade. We've made a hell of a lot of good trades since then. But right now we have a lot of money into Pfizer. Let's give it back to 41.85.
Just going to look at Snowflake here. And obviously, there was a nice move to the upside of Brennan talking about it already for you, but 425, well, 424.40, but that's close enough to the quarter to be a test. I'd love to see it consolidate a little bit lower off that for a retracement short. If it doesn't break VWAP at any point before, like, say, 1 o'clock, 425 is going to be an obvious breakout for me. You sort of rethink that position if we get below this 410 mark and hold, obviously. That'll change the perspective in terms of how much volume it'll take to get back to that high. So I still like a 425 break as long as we're in this range. But my first look is going to be to short Snowflake somewhere off of that level. Probably a little bit tighter. I find if you short it too far away, it's just difficult to make the risk to reward work. So I'd rather miss the trade than get a price I don't like. So I'll be looking at something between 23, it's probably like 22.50 and 25. It's got to be within that price range, or I don't want it short. That's too far away from my level.
Okay, I was looking at Palantir again, and I'm actually going to go a little long on this break here, 28.25. Actually, the real break is, I guess, is 30 or so, but let's see if it's got its wings back just a little bit here. The bottom was down here. It's kind of forming what we like and some consolidation, but the problem with this consolidation is that it's pretty wide here, 28.40 down to 27.40. I know $1 is not that much, but again, I talked about this earlier on in the day, depending on your risk tolerance here on this one. And it's just the same as Stitch Fix, guys. Like I said, when you were taking this long at 50, you needed to take enough shares that you can absorb a 47.50 break, not even 48.50. So that helped me out a hell of a lot because Stitch Fix here, 50.30, out 51.50, so that's $1.20. We were able to hold our last third, and so we can average in, and that's where we took more shares. So a nice little average in there, and then Stitch Fix, good to go on Stitch Fix still. Moderna, look, man, I'm still waiting at 168.50. I've kind of forgot about this stock. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We do have downside now. I've switched it up, guys. 166. We're going to get out of Moderna if that doesn't go. Thank you so much, Mark, for joining part of our team. Thank you so much. It's actually next Monday, I guess, we have our live chat. So next Monday, I don't know if it's on one of the coming ups. You guys can hit it if it is. But next Monday, you'll get live access to me, Brendan, and Miss V. What's up, Brendan?
Coming up number 2, in fact, for that one. Let's have a look at Big C, guys. I still haven't found anything on this, but that was an impressive move to the downside, to say the least. On volume, you can see there's a huge volume spike through 81. I don't see news so far. We are trying to get back above this 82 now, back into where it ended the day yesterday, 83 even for Big C. But wow, that was a huge move down, guys.
I love that name, Big C. That's
Big
hilarious.
C, Little C. What
Big
begins
C.
with C? That's, I don't know, my daughter loves that book. If you should know everybody should know Little Dr. Zeus. But we talked about Virgin Galactic here, and it wasn't that any sort of, crystal ball or anything, but just certainly I was waiting for it to make a bit of a base. Said it could be at this 3150 area. The current low 60s is where it turned around. Of course, that consolidation, and psychologically, I like the 50 a little bit better. I'm going to go with finally buying the dip. Allowed it to test it off the open because there were obviously some other names that we were trading heavily. Stitch Fix was going nuts. Laser we took a hit on. So it was too crazy at 9:30 to try and catch that price. Clearly, it would have been good. That's fine. I'll try it here closer to lunchtime, see if we can't get back to VWAP. It might not be as big of a move now, but I'll take this shot here. Try to get an average price of about 70 to 75 in the event that 50 goes. So you're risking about 25 cents in slippage. You're trying to work this one all the way back into that 33 range. So that gives you just over a dollar range. If you get an average in the middle of that, you get a 2-to-1 trade. So there's the math that I'm working with here on Space. Again, counter trend, but Virgin's been a nice little run in the last couple of sessions here, giving a little bit back. Hopefully this is the bottom. I like this level pre-market. We're going to try it here at 10:30.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of these levels right now on some of these stocks, guys, including Palantir. We get in there, 25s or into 28s. We're starting to go to the high side right now, so let's just wait to see. Here we go. We're in at 28. We wanted 25s there. We're starting to go now. My first order, we're going to get some out at 49s, hopefully. But here we go. Nice little position on Palantir. Hopefully, we just need to get it out if we can. So we just put an order there at 39. Did we get it there? No, we did not. So we'll wait on that. So actually, it's 42, sorry, that order. Break through 40 and we'll get it. There it is, 41s. Where's my 42s? There it is, nice little out there at 42. Now we wait for 50s as we're going upside now. A nice little win. Finally, disco ball action here on Palantir. What's up, Pete?
Another one from the autonomous driving group, guys. This is starting to become a group. This is EHang, Chinese company in the autonomous space. So another one having quite the move today from that group. 32%. If you remember, this went nuts about midday yesterday and went from 14 to 18. We're up to 24 now for EHang, guys.
All right.
There's too many of them.
Look at Pfizer, Neil.
We do remember that one. The Pfizer's going to get the crazy thing about Pfizer is like,
Oh!
excuse me, like if I don't go short, I'm in this long for sure, guys. But you got a chance, so I'm happy about it. And I love Pfizer. I've been in it for a while, and it doesn't usually move, so get going, Pfizer.
Yeah, Pfizer, I mean, this is why we go big on it, guys. I mean, Pfizer, to me, come on, charts. Like, here we go. Like, here's my daily chart not working again. So we're going to have to roll back our software, I think, and go back to the old one. But here we go. Let's just call this up quickly. Pfizer, there it is, guys. Nice little break. This is the breaking spot that Brendan was talking about here. 42, we reached 42.40 not too long ago, but 42's nice highs as we continue to blow to the upside there. I got to right-click here and switch it over to show you my daily fills there. And there it is. Ooh, bad one. I got to switch the colors on this as well. But Pfizer, we're still long, guys, and long and strong on this one. Palantir failed a little bit there at 50, but that's fine, man. We got out. Like our best out there, 49s right here. We're holding less than half of our Palantir right now. Let's see if it wants to make one more shot to the upside. But there's the fail, man. Right at that level, 28.50. So really not a surprise. We're going to hold it to the backside, but I think we got to dump some now as it did fail. But there goes Pfizer up to 17. That one is mooning, I guess, for Pfizer's sake.
Yeah, and hopefully it gets its kind of analogy. I'm not going to hit the key yet because Space has not gone anywhere near a target out. So I'm going to hang on to this long. I wanted to be adding to it. Hopefully it goes right now. I got no problem with that if it just wants to slide into the money. But this one I want to go to the moon. I'm going to change plans here because the market's actually holding up kind of well. It feels like the bottom has been in. I do like Virgin Galactic, so I was going to take it all out at VWAP, but I think I want to try to hold some of this position for a bigger play, maybe back into that 33, like 75 area that you saw us bounce the first time that I should have had and did not have. That's okay. Snowflake. Now, I did want the short trade. Obviously, it never gave it to me. I told you guys I only want this if it gives me a real test or we get below this VWAP. And if it breaks that, I think there's maybe a gap fill that's going to be on. I think it's still going to be a long break. This retracement did hold above 410, so I would still go long at 425. I am, of course, going to short it first. It's just nowhere near my price. Brendan, my friend, it looks like it's already sector watch time. Don't want to keep you waiting. Let's go to the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, let's talk about the S&P 500, see what is driving the ship so far today. It's all about energy stocks so far to the upside. So finally a bit of a bounce for both the price for crude and these guys here. Nice moves as well. MRO, Oxy, XOM, and PXD, 3.5 to kind of 6% to the upside. So energy stocks making up most of the strength so far for the overall market today. NASDAQ is struggling once again today, led by the semiconductors. So NVIDIA, AMD, XLNX, MCHP, the one you don't see here, MU, I believe it's actually that one, still down, but not as much as the rest. So 1.8 to kind of 2.5% for the chip makers today, leading this group to the downside. But FISB, 2%, and a net down there, 3.25% to the upside, helping to offset some of that. Overall, I mean, the market's kind of flat, 0.13 to the downside. Financials are red as well. If you go to the banking sector, most of them are in negative territory. Some of the insurance names you can see in positive territory. PGR there, 1.4% to the upside. I want to talk about these guys. Consumer discretionary stocks leading as far as weakness is concerned, although Etsy 3.5% higher, so offsetting. NCLH, RCL again today having quite the move to the upside, 4.5% for Norwegian. RCL 2.5% in positive territory. CCL down here also in positive territory. Some of the hotels negative on the day. Durable goods and retailers very, very negative as well. Outside of Etsy, 3.5%. Industrials, guys, yeah, there's EFX. We talked about it. Equifax 10% now to the upside. Everything else, little change so far. There are some moves in the airline group, mostly lower on the day, but nothing substantial as of yet. Far corner over there, communication stocks. Also a drag so far, 0.15% at this point to the downside for the S&P, guys.
And here's the gap fill on BYF. So we'll go with a backflip finally on this stock. Like Long's just absolute disaster. Reversed it at 13, added on the actual break here. That we talked about that 1280, 1275, 1280 area. 75 goes, add to the position. That's what I got on. This is secondary short. It actually turned shy of this level just going into the afternoon yesterday's session at 1225-ish. I got to 40 about, and I was getting shares out all the way in, and it bouncing heavily now back to the 75. I'm going to go with not a break-even stop because I'll try to use that 80 level. So it can take out 75, and if it breaks 80, I will lose a little bit on the last third of this position, but that's perfectly fine. It was a disaster long, which I really thought it was going to be good, but that's a hard bounce, and I don't want to turn this into too big of a headache, but you saw that gap fill. We talk about these all the time. Just not much of a bid. And when that happens, just hold on to your trade. It takes them out on the way down. I thought maybe 25s it would go to. Still has a chance to, but 40 is the best exit that I got.
Guys, I just want to say thank you so much, for some of the comments there on Palantir, saying that I'm a beast with it. I have been, but today we'll wait on it because we're long 28.28. We just took some out more in the 40s there, as it looks like it wants to keep going to the high side here. That is Palantir. So we're going to wait on that one. The one thing that I'm really happy about, though, is this Stitch Fix, man. Good trade. Like, this has been a big stock for us, and we talked about that early and why we liked it, and it's been a good one. We hit that early in the pre-market on that 50 break. We got 50.33s. We cashed it out in the chaos out was the open. It did go as high as 55 there. That was a pipe dream. I should have just punched out of that when that happened, but we didn't. And then now we're back right here. So look at that reload. You're not going to see me average into many trades, but right now we have 0 LFT. We're at the highest spot we've been at all day, so it's worth a dance. And we're going to be even higher when we get out of Stitch Fix. I'm looking at 51, guys, 51.50. I'm debating just holding this one. Let's let Stitch Fix go. There's $1.70 in the money, so we turn our frown upside down today on that one. Pfizer also back to days high again. We just tweeted this one out that we waited, guys. Patience is a virtue that normally I do not have, but in day trading seems to be a little easier than in real life. I have 3 kids. What's up, Brandon?
Watch your laser positions, guys. It's Citron time for laser. Just noticed this one 2 minutes ago. They just tweeted about this laser stock. I'm going to read through this, but just a heads up on LAZR.
Now, what a surprise.
Yeah, not a surprise. It just broke through 41. Looks like it's still heading southbound. I mean, this has got a heck of a gap. If you look at only the last couple of sessions here, there is some support that would be right here at 39 even. If that goes, probably like looking at a 35.50 to 36 handle. Just gonna go over to Virgin Galactic. I mean, I just took 50 cents on half of it. The rest I want to I want to hold it up to VWAP, but I'm going to take a shot at laser on any kind of a pop here to like 41. I'll also try it through a 39 break. So 2 ways to get in, short on any pop in front of 41, and then see if we can't get a 39 break as well. Snowflake is getting very, very close to that top. Not there yet. 421. I like that 25 area. I'm not going to get short too early on Snowflake. It is too strong for that, guys.
All right, here just talking with our man there, CEO Daniel Schleffer from Day Trade the World. You guys, we are part of Day Trade the World family here. Okay, Pfizer 42 and change. We're almost out of it, guys, just to let you know. We took that many shares, so we're less than 10% left on this one. You can see, this is just how I trade. I put the orders, line them up, and then as it rips up through here, we have our ideas, and you guys know I always trade off quarters. So this should not be any kind of surprise to you to see me get out here at 42.25. I mean, we were already talking. I mean, part of the trade idea here with what just happened to me? Oh, Palantir. Part of the trade idea with Pfizer and why we don't trade it too often is it doesn't move that much. I did want to give a big shout out to our friend Rob. Very, very kind of you. Happy holidays to you and yours, Rob. We will be drinking some of that Appleton's rum. And I said that we'd have it in eggnog, but he's right. The rum is simply too good to enjoy with eggnog. We'll enjoy that on the rocks. Thank you. Cheers to you, Mr. Rob. I will give you a Trader TV mug after the show on that. Maybe will I get in trouble if I do that? What's up, Brendan?
Okay, so they're talking about $20 for LAZR. Just posted it there at the bottom of the screen. You can see $20 price target for LAZR. They also said they would rather own that VLDR, which is a bigger and, according to them, better company. Guys.
I wonder what their positions are. What a surprise. Short one, long the other. Honestly, yeah. These short guys, Neil, I don't know what your opinion is, but what the hell? Did you guys see Snowflake? Neil, I know you were talking about this.
I almost got in there. I actually just missed a shot to get in front of that 425. I tried to pick it up at 423, and then 425 is going to be a breakout for sure.
Wait a second here. Con artist. I see you. I see you, con artist. Eggnog is best mixed with tequila?
No. What? Huh?
What? Hey, now. The big guy liking that one. Brendan is involved now, so we'll find out. Well, maybe he's had it before. I don't know. I got advice from somebody one time, and it's too bad Ed's not here. Thanks, Ed. Told me mix tequila with Caesar, with Clamato. So Caesar or... Okay, I see there's a big fan over there. I didn't prefer that. I like to stick with my Russian friends over here in vodka. But yeah, tequila and eggnog. Brendan, you must have either tried one or the other. Have you tried Caesars or eggnog?
I have not done the Caesars, but that sounds interesting. Definitely tequila, eggnog, yes. Bourbon as well, guys, and eggnog, a good choice.
I am a bourbon guy. I will 100 million, whatever percentage you want to put in, I will endorse. The bourbon, tequila. I'm not.
Wrong key there.
I'm just not a huge tequila person. Snowflake just burst that 425. Trust me, it did get above that price. And then look, you get a wick. It got up to like 425.75, then slammed back. That's how I can actually have a long beneath 25 on the break, which is a little bit weird. But it did happen. I did get triggered in. Sort of it slammed right back, and I was able to actually get a good price because the spread is like $1. And on this position, if you're not willing to give it back to like a 420 area, you're probably not, it's just not going to be worth it otherwise, guys. So for Snowflake, continues its run. I did try the short, try to make it as tight as possible to that 25 area. I got long at 428, sorry, so 424.88. It's weird on a breakout to have a better price than that, but access to dark pools, my routing order is a good one. Thank you very much, NASDAQ save. I'll take some out if it gets to like, maybe like a 430 and then see if we can't run the rest. I don't know how far we're going on Snowflake because this thing is crazy, Sean. This stock, I mean, we were just talking about how crazy the IPO was in this, and now it's like 2x from there. I don't know.
Get your snowflakes ready for that.
There's a key for that somewhere.
Yeah, no, sorry. So there's some confusion on the chat, I guess. First of all, Palantir, you are freaking welcome. We're basically out of that one. We noticed that one rip up. That's why we hit that face slap, but it was the wrong one there. So sorry about that. Okay, Palantir to the upside. We're out of that. I'm not mixing. I only said vodka because Valeria's over there. That's why we talked about Appleton's. It's rum and eggnog. Like, you don't mix vodka and
rum
eggnog.
Rum is what? Yes. Like, I can go bourbon, but rum is.
Oh yeah, rum and eggnog is the jam. I mean, I'm talking. I don't know if anybody's mixed vodka with eggnog. That doesn't That seems very I don't know what to say before I am sick over here. Okay, Stitch Fix though, we're breaking through VWAP, man. What a great trade that was off of a reload. We're reloaded one time here, in, out. Then we reloaded downside, man. Never even really tested. It tested our 48.50. The downside risk there was 47.50. We're right at VWAP. I'm going to get out, guys, if we do break back down below this. You can see the spread, though. See that 51.50? We got to put an order up there and get out. The spread is just way too big for a 51. Like, I can't believe how wide this is for a $51 stock. Like, this should be tighter with 15 million shares. I've never really seen a 10-cent, 20-cent spread on a stock with 15 million shares and only $50. So something's up with this. Let's put an order out right now and just get this out for a nice little $2 winner. Hot dogs for everybody, courtesy of Stitch Fix today. We are ready, at the big screen right now. Money talks. And by the way, I'm not a big fan of you, Canadian dollar.
Hey guys, yeah, currency time. We are starting to head back down as far as the Canadian dollar is concerned, in negative territory, only just today, about 0.1%, 78, holding though as support for the Canadian dollar. Across the board, there is a little bit of US dollar strength coming back into play. First time in about a week we've seen the dollar index with a bit of a bounce. I was looking at the dollar index, nice trending move to the downside over the past couple of weeks. So starting to bounce back up. Yeah, that's why a lot of these are in negative territory. Only just so for the euro as well, 121 holding there. You can see the British pound back to the downside again today as well, 0.4%. Still some Brexit concerns. We mentioned the bottom end of the range here, 133 yesterday. We got down to 132.5. It did bounce and is trying to hold there at 133 for the British pound. Swiss franc negative. Japanese yen's back to the upside again today, 0.1%. Australia, New Zealand, both downside. You can see Bitcoin and Ethereum both downside today as well. Slight moves though. You can see 2.5% here for Ethereum, leading the way for the cryptos. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Brendan. And I don't know.
Yeah, where's your Swiss franc reference, man? I was waiting for it.
Well, I've done it so many times here, and look, the greatest artist of... No, I'm kidding. You guys don't know who Ryan Leslie is, but you should. Bills, foreign, Swiss francs. Before I die, I put my money in a Swiss bank. It's a great lyric. Every time Brendan says it, it comes to mind. Virgin Galactic is finally getting to VWAP. Now, the original plan, and I did say that I would take this long off the bottom and then get out at VWAP. I kind of changed modes here. I want to hold through, so if it can continue to break through 75 or so, I want to see if it can go like another 50 cents to $1. I did scalp out 50 cents, and I would still add one more time in front of the low. It just hasn't come back down for me to get any kind of a shot at a reload, guys. Whoa, LXRX.
Yeah, I don't know. We're trying to watch out for some laser as well here as we watch. There goes Stitch Fix, guys. Neil did a little dance there, so we're not going to do the same one. We'll just cook up. Not like Russell Wilson's been cooking. What's happened to Russell Wilson, man? He was leading the race for MVP. And then my boy now, I think Aaron Rodgers will probably take that, but there's still Mahomes. I mean, we can't forget about Mahomes, but A-Rod, I think.
It's Mahomes.
I think Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to check the gambling sites. I think he's leading right now, Aaron Rodgers. But we'll wait to see if that is the case there. He's pissed off that they drafted Jordan Love there and got him no help, but it doesn't.
It's not Jordan Love's fault.
Yeah, and exactly, he doesn't seem to need any anyways. Devontae Adams going nuts, and I like that Lazard kid undrafted, but we'll wait to see. Okay, laser there. There's the call from Citron. Let's just have a quick look. I know a lot of you may be in Luminar here, and there's the call from Citron. 42.50 and a drop side now. I don't know, man. Do people believe it or not? I mean, right now it seems like they've stopped out on that stock. So we'll wait to see on a 40 break back to the upside there on laser. Get your lasers out on this one because it seems like they've got their eyes set right now on Citron. So it is falling back down a little bit, 38.75. The momentum's definitely here. I don't really have a spot. Let's check a daily chart. The thing about this is when you're checking out charts, it's not. Oh, it is loading. It's because it's only a couple days. I was going to say it's not working again. There's really nothing here, guys. So we're going to have to look at a longer time frame, and I'll try to do a little bit more work here. Let's see how far back the 3 minute, if it backfills at all. It looks like it's doing pretty good. What is this spot here? 39.50. Really, man? I mean, this 36 could be a spot, but I'd rather not look at this right now with the Citron report. Let's let it settle down, and we'll look at this in a couple minutes.
So if I say I'm getting out of a short at a place, sometimes it's just worth going long. And wow, LXRX, I can't believe it, because once I got out of the short, basically break even, I didn't even look at the stock. I didn't have it up on a level 2 anymore. And you get the massive parabolic move. Drink some water there, Sean.
Yep.
But there it goes to like 340 to the top end. And I said this pre-market that I was looking for like 4 to 415 next level up, and it doesn't even get there before giving the hard turn. This is why I would have missed it. Now it has come back in. This is going to be a short off of this like 325 area. Anytime you get that big of a wick after parabolic move and a slam down like this for a couple of minutes, it's going to be a short for me, but it's a matter of getting in, probably off this 325. Hopefully it can maybe bounce off 3, give me some kind of an entry point to get it back down to that 275 area, but you can't fight it too hard. It is what it is. You're going to miss trades every now and then. Just thankfully we're out of the short before this happened, because that was crazy to the upside in LXRX.
Yeah, we're trying not to miss trades for you, but what we're not missing right now is Palantir, baby. So, yes, there, I was just talking about cooking up winners. Here we go, though. Here comes the cash cow. And that's what Palantir has been, not only in this account, but in our long-term account. This is $1 now in the money. So back up to wheelbarrow one more time on Palantir off of this 28.25 break. Our best out, 28.80. And then, unfortunately, we have that 10% left. So still, though, depending on what 10% is for you, I know what it is for me, and we're still moving to the upside, and we're pretty happy for it right now as Palantir continues to, I'm going to say moon, but act like Superman. Is Peter Thiel actually Superman? We're going to find out here as Palantir continues to make moves back to $30, Brendan.
I was just going to show you this Chris chart, guys, but it's taking forever to load. If you go back far enough, you can see 750 up here. There was a bit of a support level on CRIS up to about 775. So we did get, whoops, that's the wrong one. I'll get rid of this and then show you this. We did get back below that. Looks like it's trying to hold lower here. So you can use this kind of pivot now as a bit of a level, I think, on the CRIS. 320% though still. So long way to go to the downside if it does want to hold. But tight little risk here, guys. 675 for CRIS. But that 750 area, definite level if you go back far enough on a higher time frame, guys.
So,
yeah, we definitely could look there. Actually, Brendan, I want this one below VWAP before I dip back into the short order. It has to test a little bit closer to that 75, like you said. It's just right here on that 66 even. And I'm trying to back off of this name. Virgin is trying to get through this 32.75, so it's getting close to giving me over $1 winner on it, but just not quite there yet. And I now am looking for this Chris to break below VWAP, which for me, I like it just a little bit better if it breaks below this 75 area, and then maybe it's like an afternoon type of short. If it holds this, I hate to tell you, I'm probably going to be long at some point. If this holds VWAP during lunchtime, I'm probably going to end up taking a long.
Oh man, the water, we are hydrated, and yes, sir, we bang it out. We got a banger on the coffee mug today as well. New one up for you. Thank you, Miss V, for putting that through. I still would like to have a hat on there because we could wear a hat. I don't think you'll be allowed to wear it. Look at Palantir, though. It's still going, so we're going to belly dance now. Close your eyes. Palantir, $29.50, guys. This is $1.30 now upside here. So let's just wait to see, man. Palantir still going. I'm going to hold it back to 30. We like you a lot there on Palantir. So good trade. Pfizer, our best out's 25. It's still holding, guys. It came back to 42, danced with it, and then made moves back up. So I think Pfizer, we could dump a little bit more right now. We're absorbing this 13. It's 10 cents in the money. We've already took 25 out. Our day's just been getting better and better and better. We still have that 0 LFT. Thank you to Palantir for that one. LFT is lost from the top. So we're at our highest spot we've been at all day right now, guys. So we're happy with it. And the day is almost over. We still have a half hour left. Oh, coming up, though, afterwards, I don't know how I feel about this picture, but there it is right there. I'm there, picture. You're there. Airbnb, Neil, coming in a couple days. So check out what our plan of action is on that one coming up at 11. I don't know, when are we dropping that?
11:15.
11:15.
But also, guys, DoorDash is tomorrow.
Right.
So DoorDash, it's not to hate on DoorDash, and it's not fair to DoorDash, but they made the smart move. They're going first because everyone's talking about Airbnb, and DoorDash is actually a bigger.
Well, let's be honest. We kind of did like a little bit of clickbait there. We were going with the bigger one, the one that we thought more people would like and be interested in. And I think Airbnb is there. Yeah. Also, Neil, Airbnb pricing lower. So I think that might be better for most of our viewers as well.
That's actually a big point. And look, I got the dip into Snowflake here. It still looks like it's going to be an upward trend. And I did take a shot shorting this. And guys, I shorted and lost. Right, so that was off the 425, and it takes them out of this long as it tries to retake this 425. And the only reason is I'd like to be picking this range if I can, like bouncing off 420. this ain't me, man. Like, this did pull back off 425 and bounce at 420 like several times here, and then now is sort of doing the same thing. So I'd like to maybe scalp some in this like $3-4 range. If it breaks, I actually have an order in front of 430, and then from there, 430 goes. Sky is the limit, I think, for Snowflake. Valeria, you're wearing the right color at the desk, so hopefully Snowflake does go upside and it can be green on this name, because I'm negative on it for now. It's also time for our European update to the big screen.
Hey guys, European shares are mixed as the European Union and the UK are still trying to reach post-Brexit trading deal. Italy is down 0.23%, France is down 0.2%, Germany is up 0.01%, almost flat, and Britain is up 0.08%. BP trading in London is slightly down as the crude prices fall on the fears of new lockdowns. Back to the traders.
People asking, does anybody... Oh, Moderna's near there again? Oh, good. We got out of Moderna there. I was just wondering where it was going there. Yeah, thanks for the look, guys. My first Moderna. So Moderna's 1-for-1 basically on 2 outs. In here at 167.50, out at 169.50 for $2, then out at 168.50 for another $1. So a $3 win all in all here on Moderna. Pretty happy with that one. Palantir drops below 29, so we did get out there on a VWAP break, letting that one go. But yes, sir, that was a big winner. Palantir today, and every day it seems like making money. We're not positive on it though, because we did have some shares upside here when we did fall, but we've managed to battle back with that long and then battle back again. So still positive, very positive on the day net wise, but for our only negative stock, we have Palantir, and actually we have Li Auto as well.
Yeah, so Chris is still holding that view up, guys. And again, look, you could take a shot at it right now. We're just about to, Snowflake getting down to that 420. So one of the reasons I tried to take some out and did take some out in front of 25, I'm going to try and get some more back in. And if 420 goes, I'm going to get out of the long, but I'm actually considering shorting Snowflake. I'll try another time here. If it holds below 420, maybe gets you all the way down to that 410 area. But it's Chris on the radar, reload on Snowflake. I still have a small amount of BFT left when I reverse short. Actually, nope, never mind. Literally just got out of it and accidentally went long, so just gonna get out of that trade. It just broke that 1280 literally as I was about to talk about it. So the long stunk, the shorts were good. I'm now flat on BFT. It's not gonna be an overall good stop because I really, really like that one to the long side today. It feels like there's too many of these names approaching levels that I want to get some pullbacks on. And here's another one, AMC, 398. There's the top right in front of $4, climbing towards that, not really screaming, climbing towards that level again at lunchtime. I for sure am going to be shorting AMC in front of $4. That's a way better short than shorting Pfizer because I saw some size. So I'm going to jump into this one. Similar type of play though, just go, like 95, 96, 97 in front of 4 even with a stop. No reversal long on AMC because quite frankly, I'm not buying a theater play. Not happening.
Okay, yeah. We're still watching Pfizer. I think it takes out this 25. We could actually go longer again through 25. There is some size there. I'm going to hold the rest of these. This may be a hold for the rest of the day. Pfizer's up 3% now. Let's just wait to see what it does at 25. I'll take another little piece out. Upside, we have 10% left, just a bit under. We'll take a little bit off at 42.25, but this was a hard position. This was actually my largest share size today for any trade. So we took out the stick there, and we told it to you. So there it is, in there at 42 even, and then out. So that's why we're now back to our highest spot today, and it's been a good trade for us. I'm still wondering about Palantir, but I'm also wondering about Fisker, FSR. This is, again, another SPAC that I'm involved in now. Yeah, it was SPAQ. It turns into Fisker here, and now we'll wait to see. It's not doing anything. I still think this name has room, man, for an EV space. It just kind of needs an upgrade, I feel like, or something. We did get to 21, 22. We could go, man. We saw Luminar. We saw Hennessy. We've seen a lot of these EV SPACs, especially some of the Chinese ones as well, going northbound like crazy. So that is to be expected. Again, I still expect Fisker. They have the name brand there. They failed before, so I'm not completely certain if that's going to go, but I think it's well worth it. Let's talk about an electric vehicle that doesn't need to worry about any failing is Tesla, as we are up 800% since March, and now we're bouncing around. It doesn't look very spicy to me here, Neil. I don't know if you've been in Tesla today or not. But
you see all those wicks on the chart? I got a couple of bad entries that
you can't trust the chart.
It basically just took the spread. I lost the spread 2 times on Tesla. You'll see here, it's coming up right now. If this is actually, there you go, scrolling.
There it is.
There, 41 cents down. So I paid that spread twice on bad entries, and I'm staying away from it because it just doesn't want to run. I still like that 38 level to the upside. Snowflake, I just, again, scalped into it in front of that 420 and then out of it on the north side of 423. So a couple of times just taking a total of like $5 on 2 of those. And then if it breaks to the upside, I'm looking for 430, take some out in front, hold the rest. I already talked about psychologically, maybe it has a shot at 450. I know that sounds crazy, but you only think it's crazy if you haven't been following Snowflake. I think that's one thing to keep in mind. I do want to go back to, this feels like the lost and forgotten EV name. Xpeng, I was looking for a short trade off the morning, and obviously you see it bust to 52, come right back down. It's now holding this 50, and like 1, 2, 3 tests. I'm not a huge, this was Neo. I'd like it a heck of a lot better, but I'm probably going to take a shot with like a 90, 85 to 90, quick little short, reversal to a long and a break, and then scalp it to like 50-50. I just think there's some money to be made here if you got direct market access, and the volume is certainly pretty good here as well on XPEV. But 50 level, nice little round number that you can use in both directions. That's what I want to try to do here, just because of the time of day.
I'm going to try to also short a little bit more here. Not try, I just did. We're already nice and in the money here. It's been a monster day for us today so far. So we'll just continue this move. We had 2 negative days in October, and we have none in November. What month is it? And then we have none right now in December, and we're keeping that going today, guys, as we go. We just took some more short here on Kodak, failing through 60 there. We're going to give that another shot. This is the spot I should have been short. Neil and I went back and forth on that one, and then I eventually waited for this 25, which was so amazing. We got out right there. Now we're going to wait. We go short again right now. You see the average price 37, so we'll see if it can retest back down low, and then we'll give it back to 1160. It's going to be a positive stock regardless of what happens, even if we get out at 60 off of that. Look at that out on Pfizer. It was a nice one at 20. We did talk about it going up to the quarters and waiting for it to break. So now we're really less, man. We have 7% of our initial position left here, and we're just going to get out if it breaks like back down below here, 41.90 or so. Lose 10 cents on 7% of it when we just took out 25. We had 25, 20s, 17s, and 18s in there. So profitable stock is Pfizer. I'm
going to assume, I'll get to Snowflake in a second. Just broke 425 again, so that's in the money like $5 or $6. But what happened on AstraZeneca here? I feel like I missed something because massive volume spike.
Vaccine authorization coming in weeks.
Okay, there you go. So 50 went up to 55. It sort of slammed back down here. I will get you over to Snowflake in just a quick second. It is running all the way up to that 430 mark. So there's a secondary play. Now I was scalping this one a little bit. I lost short. I tried it off 425. It then scalped it a couple times off 420. Looking to see if I can take some out in front of 430 and then hold the rest for a bigger play. Have not gotten the fill just yet. Where am I here? A couple of cents higher. So let's let it break 428. Whatever momentum takes it through there, I'm going to try to get out the next leg of this Snowflake trade. Like I said, the stock just feels like it can go infinitely here, but I will not let this amount retrace to 425. I'm going to get some kind of an out between 25 and 30. It's either going to be close to that 30 mark, or it's going to be at 25 and the rest. We're going to try and let it ride. Brennan, what's up?
Yeah, there was also a couple other notes on that. AstraZeneca guys, they did also say their efficacy data was confirmed by a peer review panel as well. So that was the key point. But as we saw there, not a huge reaction, right? We went up to 55, down to 54, and now we're right back in the middle. So AZN looks positive, but join the club, I guess, for AZN guys.
Yeah. I was just going to actually read my mind there. That happens often. I was just going to say, literally join the club there. That's hilarious. And the only reason why, come on, charts. Still on the Kodak chart. What a surprise. Okay, let's go back over here and see if it can load again. Nope, still Kodak. Okay, good for you. We're going to load up AZN here if I can get it. Apologize, guys. I'm going to have to roll back our versions here. AZN, look, I don't think that's significant news, so call it what it is. I was out of this, stock. I got in and got out of this. It just has been a laggard with some of the vaccine plays here, AstraZeneca. And again, approval, like imagine they didn't get it. Like, come on. I mean, this should be normal news here for it. Here's the chart. This is what I'm talking about. We were in it around 54. I'll find out for you later. 53, 54. We dumped it for flat. I think it might have been a small winner, but I do like the stock. They have many other things in the pipelines, including some cancer drugs that they just got approval for as well. So I do like a break on AstraZeneca, but it has to break above 56 to confirm something. So right now, not much happening. If you did really like it, you do have this kind of top of 55. Don't take that. I would more take this break right here, 54.70, if you did like AstraZeneca. I'm not sure I'm in love with this trade.
Yeah, I just, like I said, on this consolidation, could have had some here. And obviously, if I just stuck with the plan of just throwing an order out and leaving it on Snowflake, I certainly would have got something at 428, but it does reverse off of that 30. So I do get some out in the consolidation. It'll end up being like a just over $5 win. I still have some, and I'm going to let the rest of this ride. So it's either going to break that 420 mark or we're going to get a push. The difference here is it's going to have to push through 430. So I will not take this off within that $10 range. The last of it is either going to be something on the north side of 430. Maybe we even get up to that 450 mark, or we'll just get out closer to that break even at 420, lose about $1 on the last of that trade. Snowflake, so far, so good. It's not the only name I'm looking at that was at a high, and it actually broke its high. AMC, on the other hand, never really quite got to where I wanted to get an entry point. If I'm using the $4 as an entry, I want like 96, 97, maybe 95s at absolute worst to get into this trade. That never happened, so you're not going to see me into AMC yet. You will see me in front of this $4 at some point if it can get there.
So now Kodak goes into the money. So spicy today, Kodak. Nice little trade here today for Kodak. Look at this short, guys. 1150. We reloaded it. Let's just get out right now. We're bidding actually 32s for some random reason here. Bidding 32s. Just went to 33s. Could have got. Actually went to 32 and we didn't get them. So we'll come through. Has to break through the level, obviously, if we're going to get those shares. Excited to get them if we can. Kodak, a good trade there. And then Pfizer. You guys can see that one. It's bouncing still around. Oh, damn it. There's the chart again, not switching. Pfizer bouncing around again. Sorry, guys. I apologize. I will roll back these charts. I've already complained to them about this. There goes Pfizer back 42 and change. Looking to break. I have my out 41.85.
Yeah, this is probably at least a decent time to go back to the slowest moving stock on the planet. It's been in the money all day long, so there's really not been any concerns with TNXP. I just thought there'd be more follow through down to that 63. It never happened. I did take a bunch of it out, not quite half. I said it would be about half if it failed to break 65, but it's just slightly more than that. Like I have 60% of this left. At least I did till I took this out here at 67. It's still holding this range. So look at this, 69 to 67. It's only a couple of pennies, like 3% in total. I'm probably going to have to play around in that range, meaning that's going to be, if I want to take more, it's going to be right here, like 68.5, maybe a little bit better than that, and get some out at 67, which I've been resisting the temptation to do. Still have bids all the way down in case I can get it. Snowflake is holding 25, so that's still $4 in the money for me. I've already done like a scalp for like, a couple of times for a couple bucks, and we took like just over $5, and now I want more, hopefully. When it comes to XPEP, I did talk about taking a shot in front of 50. The second I said it, ran away from that price, so did not get this one. Authority to retrace is on. I'm going to cancel that order. Unlikely I will get back into it because the move that I was looking for basically just happened.
All right, I'm just tweeting this out on this back-to-back jacks here. Not home runs, but a little spicy move here on our favorite stock today, which is not true, is Kodak here. We did take that one short again. We just took some out at 32. We told you we were sitting randomly there. So short there, Kodak for the win right now. Good trade for me there on that name. Okay, other than that, man, Boeing got a couple plain orders there. I do like Boeing to the long side. I wish I would have put my money into Virgin when we did buy some Boeing, but we are long. See there again, my charts. Not switching, guys, but we'll go back over to Boeing once again. BA there. Still not flipping. So, okay, we do like Boeing through 235. We'll get these charts fixed for tomorrow, guys.
Brennan?
Equifax, guys, new day high here for EFX once again. New day high means new all-time high for EFX. We mentioned this one much earlier this morning. Better than expected earnings still going, 11% now for EFX.
Definitely. That was a name that we're looking at a bit earlier. I am now going to go back to Stitch Fix. Now, everything I did was basically off the open. Easily my worst trade of the day. And I've had a couple of hits here. Laser stunk. I mean, I'm only mad at my fives was like 5 pennies, but I'm mad at it because it then made me miss the long. But this Stitch Fix, trying to put a stop in, keystroke out of it, and then the only good thing I did here was not chase it and then buy higher. Waited for it to pull back in to get a bit of a bounce long a couple of times here, get out. I tried to scalp this one breaking back up here at 52.80, but I had to flat that trade and then had an accidental in and out paying some spread. I want to short this if I can off of this 53.50 area, but we're not quite there yet, so not going to jump into this too early, but I am now watching Stitch Fix to see if it can't roll over off that higher low. I did try along around the same price at 52.80, and it had all kinds of resistance at 53.50. So I'll try my hand at it if it gets anywhere close to that level. It'll be a tight stop and a tight stop only. I don't want to take this trade and risk $1. Probably looking at 35 to 50 cents worth of risk, I think. So an entry point has to be tight.
Okay, I'm not reloaded, but I am in to our other platform now. So same platform, other version. So we're back. So we can start watching some stocks here properly, I'm hoping for. Kodak now making the moves, guys. We just took some out at 32 there. We're going to watch that one. Pfizer's still on the move as well. Roku, we talked about that going... there we go. Look at the charts. They're actually changing. 307.60 right now, 307.50. We're looking to go upside right now on Roku. This is a 3-minute chart. Let's put this back to a 1 minute. It's crazy because the highlighted box one there, you can see 302.51 there, Roku, and there's Lee at 34. We lost on the Lee at 34, but at least we had that one. Let's check back in on Lee right now. 33.85. What is this? Chart interval loading. Okay. I guess that took a little bit of time. We'll push OK, go to 1 minute. Here's Lee right now. I don't know if that's a gap. No, that's just a chart fill there. 34 has been pretty key, man. And I actually, now that I look at this, I actually don't mind going long 34 again here at some point. Maybe you have to wait for these kind of wicks to kill. 34.15. Let's put an order in and go long Lee auto if it breaks through 34.15. I do like that play to come through. Palantir hovering at 29, not touching that until 30. U.S. Steel up 10% as well today. And Neo, what's up, Miss V? How are our likes going? If we can, we'll go to Miss V in a couple seconds and get the likes, because I saw today 8,600 people watching. So let's find out how many likes we have. What's up, Miss V?
Thank you, Sean. And hey, guys, please hit thumbs up right now if you haven't yet. We haven't reached even 2,000 of likes, counting that our goal is 3,000. So please support and hit thumbs up. Back to Sean.
Okay, yeah, let's get to 2,000. Let's get to 2,500. I think our record, I'm not sure if we ever broke 3K.
I feel like we got there once.
2.7.
No?
I was going to say
come on.
2.7. So there's Valeria. Good memory on that one. 2.7. Let's try to smash that today if we can. And we're going to wait for Lee Auto to get back above its price again. We're watching Bitcoin not doing too much today either. Rocket Mortgage is my call that we've given you. I'm out of the money now. 5% now on Rocket. I think the call is 21.50 here. But nice little move upside today. I don't know. Was this been upgraded? I think it might have just been a bounce off 20. We'll find out if there was news. We'll just give a shout out to Brendan here because it just bounced off 20, straight upside to 20.50. But look at the ES though. I mean, probably not news, anything about news here. Let's watch Rocket Financing. I think it's called Rocket Group right now. Yeah, Rocket Companies.
Yeah, Rocket Companies there. Fastly, I know Brendan's talked about it. I just want to quickly, it bounced off 100 here. I just want to go to Brendan in a second, but bounced off 100 once. I'm going to take a shot at this 100 level both ways. If it does make another test, similar to what I did Snowflake, basically the same trade. I'll try to put on Fastly here at 100. Brendan, what's up?
Not a huge headline, but worth mentioning, guys. BlackRock has taken a stake in Rocket Companies. 58 million worth of a stake, 2.9 million shares for BlackRock, guys.
Okay, this is what we're talking about, guys. I'm going to be buying some more Rocket probably after the show. That's the kind of headline that I'm liking on that one. And the reason why, guys, look at the daily chart on this. Come on, move it over. It started to break a little bit down below, but I kind of like this bottom here. It's 1820 and change. I know it's the ultimate bottom. It's the lowest it's ever been, but we are huge consolidation here on RKT. So just think that if we could break above this 21, we could get rocking and rolling at least at 23, and then we'll look at this breakout 25. Trying to get long ahead of the breakout. Pfizer, speaking about a breakout, it's already broken out today. Past 41.40, now 42. We're still long this name as it's going back to try to break 25s right now.
Absolutely. And look, I'm not going to chase this fastly, but I'm just trying to get it quickly here because I just noticed it was literally 99.97 is the top. And I think it's an obvious level, just like we looked at Snowflake. And speaking of Snowflake, it is pulling back into that 420. And I'm not gonna look to short this name. And again, if I put a target order up here, it's just gonna skew the chart so you can actually see the live order that I put like 20 minutes ago. But until it breaks 420, I'm not gonna think about shorting this name. Once I'm flat, obviously that's gonna change. So if we do get a top break and we get a move into 450, I just have that out there in case something really crazy happens. I want an order and not to forget it. But until we either make that kind of a break and I'm covering that long for a much bigger profit, it's got to be below this 420 mark to jump into short, which could be a good one just given how big of a gap and run this has been so far in Snowflake. I want to put that trade on in Fastly. It's not there yet. Space, still in the money, only about $1 or so. I've gone ahead and put a trail in on this. And I wanted to see if it could hold above VWAP, retest this level from the opening range. 33.70 is about that top. So we'll get out in front of it, somewhere in the 40 to 50 mark. That'll give me like a $1.50 to $1.60 win. But I now want to have a trail. If it breaks VWAP, I'll definitely be out. My stop is actually, at 32.75, just under $1 winner.
I see you, Matt Murphy. Thank you for the contribution, and I hope your SPG is doing well, as I know it is, and some of your Teslas. DraftKings moving, we'll find out. Okay, there goes Pfizer. Yes, sir, Superman in the building with Pfizer, man. This was my largest position all day taken right here. Finally breaks back above 25. Let's find out. But we're looking on DraftKings now, Brendan, if there's anything on that, but I know you're coming with something. What is it?
Yeah, I'll check on DraftKings, but I want to mention this QuantumScape recent IPO. They released initial data, which was positive on their solid state battery that can be used in electric vehicles. So a big gap on that today. You can see this thing was just, what day was that? November 27th came to market. Breaking downside though, this 50 even was support early on, but right back to 50 for QS, guys. Quantum
computing. Some Chinese company apparently made a computer that was something like 1 trillion times faster than the current processor. Honestly, we could find that headline somewhere. 1 trillion was the terminology used, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously going to be impressive. I feel like there's a couple of names just to circle back to LXRX. I had one short that was good, and then we got out basically break even. It still has yet to put in a top that I have decided to chase. It was parabolic one. You missed this wick, so I don't get that short. I'm not going to touch it. It comes right back and blows through the high of the day. Never got to 350, but it's getting pretty close. I suppose it's lunchtime, so I suppose that's a decent enough level. If this fails off 3, call it this 344 to 350 top. I will take one shot, but there's no way the stop is going. You can't let it break the high. It's been entirely too strong. And look at the volume hold up here, guys. That's another bit of a sign. I'm just going to do this for you. The volume has been tapering, but this is still very, very strong. Going to cross the 100 million mark probably before noon or at noon. And looks like there's no signs of stopping just yet. I'll take one shot, but it's got to be a tight stop in front of 350. That's about it. Snowflake coming back, but holding 420 for now. That one seems to be good. And I just got trailed out of Virgin Galactic, so it'll be a 90-cent win. Originally, I was trying to take 50, so I got to be happy with that. I thought maybe you'd get like $1.50, like I said a second ago. But a winner is a winner, so we'll line that one up and knock it dead. Because only in fake world can I bowl well. Thank you for the graphic there. I feel like we need one where it goes into the gutter. So when we have a losing trade, I can throw a gutter ball. What's up, Bren?
The one, guys. Toll Brothers reported aftermarket last night. Home builder, Toll Brothers, not good for this one. TOL down to 48. Aftermarket, we're all the way down to 45. Just saw a volume spike come in there as we were trying to break back to the upside. So it is trying to hold 45, it would appear, for TOL, but 7.5%. Bottom end of the range on the daily chart as well.
Toll Brothers. We're still looking here at a few different things. Pfizer breaks, but then doesn't continue to go. So there's an out there at 25, some of our shares. So we're getting lighter and lighter on that name, but still like it. That's Pfizer long. We talked about why we wanted to hold that maybe all day. So I don't know. It's resisted 42 breaks a couple times there. And so now I think we got upside on that. Kodak, guys, we've just been cleaning that up a little bit. Got some out 34, 35s. Doesn't seem to move. We're going to hold the rest, honestly, for a break of the day's low. We'll find out, though. 1160 still the top, we're hoping, on that one. And then we'll work it out from there. I know your SNDL now down to 50 cents. We did see Weed Batman was in the building, but we haven't made a trade yet on anything. Weed, what was that about Sundial?
No, I'm sort of laughing at myself over missing out on Sundial today. But Yeah, I didn't say I was going to try and then absolutely did not when it broke 53. That was a good move. Either way, I'll probably get back to it in the afternoon. If I get anything good, I'll tweet it out. Snowflake caught my attention, so blame Snowflake, I think.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to blame anything. I wasn't even sure what the sundial situation was. CGC is the name that I like. Actually, I like GRWG, Grow Generation brands here. If we can go over to there and see what they're doing. The Home Depot of marijuana stocks, GRWG, and again, they have the products, you know, the lamps and whatnot to grow hydroponics, and wow, 33 and change. GRWG continues to go 3 million shares, not bad for that one. And other than that, man, you know what we haven't done in a while? We had Kevin O'Leary on, and one stock that he came with was XOM, but that reminds me of the other one here, MindMed, guys. We had Kevin O'Leary on talking about MindMed, sub-dollar. Look where this stock is, man. I can't remember the date exactly that we had O'Leary on, but he was talking about MindMed. Let's get the daily chart up here if I can find it. There, no, that's not it. This is the one-day chart. And once again, there's my charts. No luck today, Neil. I better just tap out.
Look, this is part of life, but here's the takeaway, and because you always have to put a positive spin. It's not even a positive spin, it's just the truth, right? Like, at the end of the day, you're going to work with technology. If you're trading, still making successful trades, still able to get executions. If you hear us frustrated, it's because we're frustrated that we can't show you the charts. Not that we aren't able to trade here, guys, so it's all with a grain of salt. I was having a quick look at Chewy because that was coming up on the earnings board. But the other name that's coming as well, Fastly is very close to that 100. So it's going to be a breakout for me through 100. I have to quickly get over to this because I am still going to go short in front of it. Stepping in front of a moving train potentially here, but 100 is 100 on Fastly, and we're getting pretty close.
Yeah, we don't need charts for Kodak, so we'll just barbecue this up again as Kodak just keeps on moving. Look at the positions I have on, guys. I mean, it is what it is at this point. 20-cent win on Kodak right now. You see that short off 50. Congratulations if you have that. Pfizer's also a 20-cent win right now, and then we're not doing anything else. So we have two on, both 20 cents as we get ready to end or get close to ending the show now. It's been a big day for us. Thank you so much. If you can, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We have the new video just released here. Follow it, watch it if you can. It's about the Airbnb IPO coming on Thursday. Tomorrow is DoorDash, so we do have that one. And then the other thing that we have coming up here, December 14th. If you're not a member already, you'll become Little Green Guy. It's $4.95 to help support the show and contribute. And then on the 14th, all four of us, we get your ear and your ear only as you get to ask us direct questions, anything you want. Long-term investing, if you don't understand something about a level 2 or whatever, we're giving you access basically for free. Brendan?
Going to be a busy one aftermarket tonight. We have some decent names coming up. Also the pricing, again, guys, the pricing for DoorDash tonight, Airbnb tomorrow. We'll get DoorDash trading, hopefully, fingers crossed, on the show for you guys tomorrow. Something to look forward to anyways. Yeah, we mentioned that Chewy early on this morning. They bought it all the way up into all-time highs early on this morning, heading into earnings, guys. So Chewy, earnings coming here. We can go ahead, guys, anytime you want. Throw that up there. There you go.
Not the only one. I mean, Chewy is front and center for a reason. Let's be honest about it. But let's not sleep on GameStop. It's definitely been a tradable a name from a day trading perspective. So I'm likely to be looking at that one. And I mean, people have compared it to Blockbuster, but hey, it's found a little bit of a bid and maybe had a bit of a niche and had some long lineups allegedly. I wasn't in them, of course, for Black Friday. So let's have a look at GameStop as well there, Sean. Probably those two names. And then, of course, look, DoorDash. Everyone's going to be interested in DoorDash tomorrow, so we'll be all over that one. While these national days, Valeria, are making me hungry every single day, this is not going to be any exception at all. Here comes 100 as well on Fastly.
Just took a little bit of water there as we continue to ring the register here and get the cash cow. That is Kodak today. Good trading on that one. Couple nice shorts here as we're getting out now 30s again. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to hold the rest here. The day's getting ready to be over with. I love Chewy. I'm an investor from the IPO. I think my price is 30. It's nice to see it at 70. Campbell's, don't sleep on Campbell's. They could have a nice report. A lot of people at home cooking from home. That sounds like a lot of Campbell's soup and Campbell products to me. So, I like them. You could take an option play on Campbell's as well. My daily chart's not loading. I'll do some work on that and maybe tweet that out later as well, Brendan.
Go to Valeria and get the national day today.
Hey guys, thank you for spending this trading morning with us. And for 2,400 of likes, your support is very important to us. Go enjoy our next educational video, and happy National Brownie Day, everyone.
Hells to the yeah.
If you don't like brownies, I don't know what to tell you.
If you don't know, now you know, because I mean,
better.
there's no way you should not be liking brownies. And you know, unless you have, I like them with nuts, walnuts or something in there, but I do appreciate there are a lot of nut allergies. Also,
that's
so
fair.
Tasty with some little bit of a dollop, there you go, of ice cream on the brownie.
You know, I've recently, well, I shouldn't say recently, but until I met my wife, I had no clue what a dollop was until I'd make her coffee. She said, "Can I just get like a dollop of cream?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And her whole family uses
It's like
it.
a dollop of sour cream normally
Yeah.
is what it's referenced. I like that in various soups and whatnot as well. So a dollop of ice cream there. Brendan, I know you are a fan of brownies, yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm a fan of those flourless brownies, you know, the really, really chewy ones that are good. I just want to mention one more stock, guys. Penn National just popped up all-time highs. All-time highs today, 6%
Matt
for
asked, actually,
Penn National.
Yeah, sorry about that. Matt, actually, before we go, Penn National ripping up there. Yash actually asked as well about DraftKings, and you gave a super chat there. Yeah, Brendan, is there something on one of these names before we go? I know we're running a minute over, but you did give that super chat there, Matt. So, look, I've been loving DraftKings. I don't have the daily chart again. Hopefully my system's a little more stable tomorrow. But you guys know it's bounced off 50 a couple times, so you got to watch out for that. What up, B?
Yeah, there was couple things here. JP Morgan initiating coverage on DraftKings. I feel like we talked about that already. And then this as well, Jason Robbins participating in an upcoming Milken Institute with DraftKings event. So some minor headlines, but nothing terribly exciting, guys.
Right. Okay.
But we got to give, look, that's the reality. It's moving, and we got to give you the guys the news. So thank you, Brendan, for that. Man, I wish we were having brownies for lunch or dessert. Actually, no, just lunch. That would be good. Don't forget, guys, DoorDash, of course, tomorrow. That's a big-time IPO. We will go over our plans, whether we trade it live in the show or not. We'll talk about our approach to whenever it does open and the opportunities for day trade in the long term as well. So it's running a little bit long, but there's nothing wrong with that, guys, as long as we can get the questions to you. Whoa, there goes, there goes Fastly breaking through. So out of the short, looking for the long. Looks like my long trigger missed, but I'll see if I can catch it on the way back in. Fastly just keeps on going. But for the entire team here, guys, for BOVESPA, looking good and green. For my man Sean Cantina, for Brendan Wickens, I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. See you guys tomorrow.
See you.